Hello, Blood Bowl coaches. I am Eisen Mike. I am joined here by Sace. How's it going, Sace?
Yep.
And we are doing a Season 6 preview video for REL Divisions 1 through 3. We're going to take a look at all the teams, take a look at who's facing who in Week 1, and just basically BS about Blood Bowl for a little while. And I hope you guys
It's
enjoy
the
it.
pre-cap.
Yeah,
It's
the pre-cap.
the pre-cap. Yeah. Started last season. Everybody's copying my hot fire.
I didn't want
Let's
to
do this.
All right, anyway. Yeah.
After I did it.
Maybe. All right.
That's right.
Starting with Division 3, we're going to work our way up to Division 1. A couple of these are teams that I covered last season. Last season I was covering Div 3 through 6. A bunch of them have moved up, but we're just going to go team by team. They are missing a team. Scholarly Gentleman has not accepted their ticket yet. It's a Chaos team that was in Div 5 or 6 last
Div 5.
season? Yeah. So we can look them up, but for now let's look at the teams that are actually here.
You want to start out with the always ineffectual Lich's Boneheads?
Sure, they're first on the list.
Lich definitely improving as a coach over the seasons. He didn't have a great season last one, but he does have one of the most developed teams in Div 3.
Was he Div 3 last season? Or
Yes.
Yeah.
I think.
So we've got pretty developed mummies, block on one of them. Both of them have got guard and stand firm. We got some scary looking whites. Both of them we got blodge. That's going to be problematic for some teams. And then the ghouls are also pretty developed with agility and mighty blow. I guess you got mighty blow first, so it's usually not a combination, but it makes sense. You get the doubles first for well, mighty blow's still a weird choice, I think, but it's
not bad.
Yeah, it's never really a bad choice, but
At this point, he's just a really agile blitzer.
yeah. And then we've got, of course, the Dirty Player Skeleton. We've got a couple of guard zombies, which is gonna. So we got 5 guard on the team altogether. So this is a scary looking team. He's got 50k over. So 50k of his TV right now is in cash. So he's 1860, but if he drops the cash, he'll be at 1810. So pretty solid, well-developed undead team here. Yeah, I'm not sure what to say about it. Do we know, because they're missing a team yet, so has the schedule actually been set? No.
No.
So we can't actually look at who's playing who yet for Div 3 because a team is still missing. So, yeah, how did Lich do last season?
Middle of the road to less than middle of the road, I believe. Pretty uninspiring. He did murder a lot, though.
Yeah, this is
he racked quite the body toll.
Mashy team. It was 5 guard, 5 mighty blow. He's got a palmer. He's got a dirty player. He's got enough bench to use the dirty player. So, yeah, could wreck some teams.
He got pretty run over by a couple of the elf teams. Gave up a lot of touchdowns to the more agi teams, but seemed to do okay when he can bash.
Yeah, I'm guessing the tackle on the 2 whites have been recent additions because realizing that you got to do something to get rid of those dodge pieces. So.
And boy, is he going to need it. It is an elfy division this season.
Let's see what we've got. Lizardmen, Dark Elf, Lizardmen, High Elf.
There's at least 6 elves that I've seen.
Oh, Elf. Jesus, that's a lot of elves.
Mm-hmm. So the tackle's an important pickup for him. Grab's nice for moving elves where you want him. Break tackle, fine. I don't really like the sure feet on the ghoul.
Sure feet, yeah.
Like, I would expect to go sprint before sure feet. That being said, he's a vanity pass and a touchdown away from leveling again.
Yeah. Sure feet does seem like an odd choice there, but they've not. Well, let's see. He's a ball carrier. I would think maybe even fend there. But yeah.
I mean, if you want the movement to make it, and because if he's using his sure feet, he's going to be blasting past his cage as an undead player. Your cage is slower than your ball carrier. So why not go sprint first and get that extra movement space for those touchdowns that you needed?
Yeah.
But like I said, really close to a level up, so it shouldn't be a big deal. I'm assuming he'll pick up sprint to go with the sure feet. At this point, there's no reason not to.
Yeah, those do tend to be a good combo, and with that he can also go for 1 turn attempts with just needing 3 pushes, I think, if he has sprint on that thing. So, not impossible to do. It's not something you usually see a lot on undead teams, but it's definitely doable.
They are some severely developed ghouls for an undead team.
Yeah, they don't usually survive this long, so that's heartening to see. Presumably he's keeping them relatively safe, protected by, so much guard on the team, though, that it may be hard to get for opponents to get a hit on them. As long as you can cage with the guard around the ghouls, may make it difficult for anyone to really get a hit on them one way or the other. But yeah, definitely team to watch. Very developed, high TV, but not a lot of bloat really.
I mean, everything's where it needs to be. You're going to take guard on your zombies. The block zombie Ed could probably be cycled. I mean, it's not really gaining you all that much.
Yeah, and then some of these later skills on the mummies. Break tackle on a piece that's MA3 isn't huge. Grab is okay.
Not a huge fan of grab.
Yeah. The rest of these, they're all very useful skills. Yeah, I wouldn't consider them really to be bloat. So high TV, but not bloated. So could cause.
He's gonna be giving away inducements, which is a pain against all the elves because the wizard's gonna hit him. So we'll see how he does. I'm expecting him to make a pretty decent body total count, but
all the elves. I mean, Fruity Kisses is actually got higher TV than he does. I guess the rest of the elves are in the 15k range, so probably.
Should we make our way towards Fruity Kisses by doing roasted garlic Triscuits?
Yeah, roasted garlic Triscuits. Let's go for them next. That is McSkippy, the coach.
Out is Crocs.
Yeah, week 1 looks like he's gonna have some permanent injuries. Yeah, movement bust on the Crocs and an armor bust on the Saurus. Those are. I mean, the movement bust on the Croc's not the worst thing in the world. I would probably get rid of that armor busted Saurus.
I would have gotten rid of the Saurus anyways. I don't like strip ball on him.
Yeah, strip ball's weird on a lizard man team.
He's not going to be breaking cages.
Yeah, it's not going to be exactly making a lot of dodges and crazy plays like that. So it's a bit of a weird choice for a lizard man team. And then with and we can more than afford. Geez, 100. You've got 100k. Yeah. Over, so he can afford to replace him and more. He can replace the Saurus and the Crocs.
He's one. No, he can't. That would be 260,000. He has 250,000.
14 plus 80.
14. Oh yeah, no base Croc. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, sorry, I was looking at Saurus leveled up price. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, the leveled up.
I think
but yeah.
I think that's definitely his move too. Before his first game.
I would. Yeah, there's no reason to keep. Yeah, this Crocs has 0 SPP. There's no reason to keep him when you've got sitting on a buttload of money, and you want to replace that Saurus as soon as you can, and you can right now. So, I wouldn't expect him. Although is this the team that refused to fire the niggled armored busted Saurus last season?
Or I think it was his Crocs or yeah, wanted to die on his own. I believe so.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe he won't be firing anybody, but he should. Basically.
He should also organize his skinks. Ooh, sneaky get skink.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I mean, sneaky gets just bloat. Really.
It is.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, didn't have a great record last season. His team is sitting at 4 wins, 2 draws, 16 losses. And with the shape his team's in, he's going to have to do some serious... I think he's going to have to rehire the Crocs, the Saurus. I'd like to see him trim the Sneaky Get Skink. Really focus on building a good base team this season.
Yeah. Also, diving tackle after strength is a weird choice.
Yeah.
I love diving tackle on a Skinks, but diving tackle shortens the lifespan of your Skink considerably. So putting it on a Skink that you've got a stat up or doubles on, it's usually an odd move, because diving tackle means you want to put him in the way or even marked, and this is a valuable Skink that you don't really want to get hit. That being said, Strength 3 makes it harder for him to get hit, but not that much harder. So what do we got? We got a couple of guard pieces. We got a break tackle piece. Got block. So his Saurus are okay developed.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, except for the one that should probably be retired. He's got dodge on one of them, but he's an MVP away from being a blodge Saurus, so that's pretty good. That's always a rough choice when you get doubles for the first skill, because you really want to give him block as the first skill, but it's so nice to have a blodge Saurus. Just getting him to that next skill so you can give him block is tough. But yeah, I mean, what is he at right now? So 1,300 with a whole bunch of money in the bank and plus a whole bunch of loaners that he can get rid of.
With his 2 replacements, he'll go up a little bit.
Yeah, but not that much. He's got, let's see, 11 players. He's down 2, so we're getting 160 in inducement cash, or in loaners. So if he didn't spend any money right now, he would actually be at 1420. So if he bought those replacements, he'd lose 100 just out of spending the cash. He'd lose 120 from the loaners. So he wouldn't go up by that much, actually. Just adding a new Crocs and a new Saurus. So
either way,
yeah, that's a good place for this team to be. They're not hugely developed, but they've got some skills on them. The development is mostly on the sources where you want it to be. It's a bummer that he's gonna have to replace this block strip ball, but I don't know that strip ball particularly.
I was gonna say, I would count that as them doing a favor for his TV.
Yeah, it's not usually a great skill to take on a Saurus. So yeah, I mean, I think the smart thing for him to do is replace these teams, replace these players. We don't know also who's going to be up against for the first turn, but even just for the fact that he would be down a Crocs and a Saurus, it's worth replacing them. But well, we'll see. Should we move on?
Yep. Let's keep it moving.
All right.
Mike.
So, Fruity Kisses. So is this the highest TV?
Should be. And Lita's actually sold some of his blitzers in the offseason. Because he had something like 3 Mighty Blow blitzers.
Wow.
And I want to say he sold a double movement Mighty Blow blitzer.
He's got a palm blitzer.
He had even more. His team was disgusting. He missed a bunch of games in the first season because of some real life stuff.
Yeah, his computer, he had a computer problem. He was actually my co-host last season. So the first couple of weeks, he could not join because his computer was being repaired. So I think he missed.
I want to say he had a movement Mighty Blow or a double movement Mighty Blow blitzer who he sold off. And he's now playing for Dreamify's Jungle Corsairs.
The Assassin, I feel like, is... I mean, Assassin's always not the best player to take, but...
Latest strongly defends his option to pick the Assassin.
Yeah, I mean, the people who like the Assassin are crazy about it, so there's no arguing.
I'm not. It's this team is very much his own, so I don't think there's any point in trying to give constructive criticism to him. I do not like the assassin. I don't like Jelly Boy.
Armor on the Witch Elf as the first skill is a little much too.
I think armor on anything is a little much.
It's not terrible on an AV7 piece that, like, I would take it on as a late skill on a Norse Berserker, for example. If you've got them low, they're going to be on the ground. It gets worse the higher armor you start with, so taking it on an AV7 piece isn't bad, but that slows down the development of that piece considerably, because now she's going to need much more SPP to actually get a useful skill. She may survive long enough to actually skill up because of the armor, but it's going to take her longer to get there. So, sort of an odd choice. Plus strength blitzer, palm jump up, blodge blitzer is gross. No agility boost, which I think this team would be terrifying if they had, but it's looking pretty gross as it is. Development, no one's without any skills, I don't think. Everyone's pretty
I think he's giving away a lot of inducements for what he has, though.
Yeah, there's definitely some bloat. I mean, I think the assassin is usually kind of bloaty in general, and then giving him catch and dodge. I mean, it's 130k. And then the armor is definitely bloat.
Jelly Boy, plus movement catch lineman.
Plus movement catch lineman.
I mean, I guess he does have a strong arm runner.
Yeah, I mean, having someone with catch isn't the worst thing with this runner with accurate strong armored pass. So, we can pretend that they're wood elves for a minute.
Catch run is assassin too.
Yeah. I don't know. Seems odd, especially
the pass accurate strong arm runner. Quite the build. It's like he's playing high elves.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is. Especially because he doesn't. I mean, he does. He did get 2 more blitzers, but they're not particularly developed yet. But yeah, I was really realizing recently that there's not. I mean, besides the witch elves and the catchers, there's not that much difference really between high elves and dark elves. They're about the same speed. They're generally the same armor. And this does look like more like a high elf build.
I have a feeling that he's going to struggle against the really lean developed teams. Teams that have no bloat and are still getting inducements against him.
Yeah, he's going to be giving a lot of inducements away all season, I think. Unless, he loses some players. But yeah, we'll see how he does. How did he do last season?
It's hard to judge because, again, he missed a bunch of his early games.
Oh, right, yeah.
But, I mean, it's a solid season. He's a good player. It's just, it'll be interesting because there's a lot of good players, and he's going to have to deal with, like, the wooden stand in Stoudakis's team. And he's going to have to deal with Wedge's mainland Rotters as well. Anyways, you want to move on to Leafy Mustard?
No tackle on this team either for all the, the scary plus strength and palm.
And in an Elfie division.
Yeah, in an Elfie division, so that's something he's probably going to want to pick up pretty quickly. But yeah, let's move on to some more lizards. Leafy Mustard, Groots, Zoot.
Just call him Zoot. Zoot. Zoot's an old man that no one likes.
He's got one of my skinks that I sold him at the beginning of last season. That's still kicking.
He's been trying to get SPP on his other skinks. He lost an Agi 5 skink and he got a new one?
Yeah, I think this is the one that was on the market.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a hell of a cool thing to have.
But he had one last season too. I bountied it and it died. Lish killed it.
Another Stripball Saurus here. Seems to be.
I don't like it. I told him this though. We played a friendly in the off season,
Yeah, I mean, maybe on one who's well developed and has break tackle, and you're not sure what else to put on him, but mm,
He knows he needs break tackle. We discussed it in our game.
um, yeah, certainly not before or not after. Strip ball. I wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't put it on lizards in general, unless maybe you put it on a skink. Um, but you're just not gonna be able to. When you get a chance to sack the ball, it's gonna be with whoever happens to get a shot at it. It's gonna be rare that you're gonna be able to dedicate a Saurus to that purpose. Who can't dodge.
Especially without break tackle. Like,
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, if he does hit it, chances are he's going to knock it free on anything, except for a skull. I mean, he'll probably get doubles. And anything outside of a skull, he's going to skull and I guess both with a block.
Yeah.
Either way,
block, but yeah.
light on tackle, which is going to be an issue for a lot of teams this season in Div 3.
He's got some diving tackle, which is going to help make up for that to some degree. And they've got plenty of strength. He's got the strength 5 Saurus, which is a nice thing to have. I mean, that's the piece he really should be putting break tackle on, because that's, that's pretty nuts. The Saurus is, or the Crocs is only 2 SPP away from a skill. And he's got the Blodgesaurus, who's only 3 SPP away.
I know he's in a rebuild right now. He took a brutal punching towards the end of the season against Lich's Boneheads.
I mean, his swords are pretty well developed. He's got the one rookie, but this is Skinks. I think I don't know that at this point I would go with 5 Skinks, honestly. I mean, swords are pretty well developed. Yeah.
You could easily cut a skink if you need to for value against a team. I don't know. It's just it's getting there. It's building. I think he's gonna have a tough time without tackle and lizards not being super heavy removal like most bash teams.
Yeah. Well, I mean, lizards aren't really a whole. They're more of a control team than a bash team.
They are. I consider them a running team.
Yeah. I mean, they're like half control, half running, and I mean the swords are there to sort of just
bulldoze away through.
Yeah, bulldoze the path for the skinks, but not necessarily remove opposing players unless they're very well developed, which
it's
hard to get them to that point. But
good at getting drops. I think it's just gonna be a rough season unless he builds up a little tackle and gets some development on some of their skinks. Having another Agi 5 though for the season could really save him.
Yeah, I mean Agi 5 is huge. You can get pass plays, which is nuts. Having that strength 5 source is going to help, especially if we can get some more skill, some SPP on him, and get him getting some more skills like break tackle. Yeah, it's good stuff.
All right.
So what's next?
Not FDA approved.
So this is a team that's moved up from Div 5, I want to say. It's definitely one of the teams I was covering last season.
This is a really nice team.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think they were Div 5. They might have been Div 4. They all sort of mixed together to some extent, and I apologize.
This is
all of those seasons that I was covering you all, but it's been a little while to remember.
This is the kind of team. This is the kind of team that I think Fruity Kisses would have a hard time against.
Yeah, because this is a very lean, I mean, there's a lot of blodge.
5 blodgers, 2 Mighty Blow Blitzers, a Strength, an Agi 5. Like, this is a really nice team.
Yeah. Not really any blow. Is that just a miss next game on that lineman? Yeah. So that's not even a permanent injury. That 1500. So that's pretty considering, the doubles and the stat ups. It's a pretty lean team. There's no bench, which is part of the reason why it's as lean as it is. But he's also got, some undeveloped linemen, which is fine. You sort of do need some players just to stand in the way. But yeah, this is a scary looking team. He's got two Mighty Blow Blitzers, and it's just blodge, so much blodge.
It's really nice, and there's not a lot of tackle in this division to oppose him.
Yeah, we haven't seen much of any so far. It's like a couple of teams with, I guess, Lich's Boneheads had 2, and one of the Lizard teams had 1. But yeah, the lack of tackle, I think we're going to see this a lot of tackle pop up pretty quickly as the first couple of weeks turn into SVP for the players.
It's a good team. I mean, it's not super interesting for an elf team.
Yeah, I think they had a pretty good season last season too.
Yeah, it looks like it. But it's a super clean elf team.
Yeah.
This is an elf team that any elf coach would be happy to coach with.
Yeah.
Nothing that feels bloated. Nothing that feels weird. Just standard, and the few stat-ups make it really strong.
Yeah, it's good. A nice place TV-wise. 1,500. It's not huge. He's not going to be giving away a lot of inducements to lower teams, and he's got the skills. Even if he does, you can't really induce tackle pieces, really. At least not in Blood Bowl 2, because you can't add any skills to the mercs. But there's not a whole lot of teams lower. Actually, he's other than Roasted Garlic Triscuits, who needs to replace a couple of players.
And Wooden Standings, but that's not.
Who's also, I think, getting
he's...
a couple of. Well, oh yeah, he's gonna be getting 2.
With all his catchers built in and all the blodge, I don't think he'll have any issue building up his TV this season.
Yeah.
So, I expect him to run middle of the pack TV-wise, and I expect him to run towards the top of the pack win-wise.
Yeah. Shall we move on to the Mainland Rotters?
Yep, Wedge. Ooh, 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 ooh. This team.
Oh, 2 strength 5. Ooh.
We're gonna build a wall, and we're gonna make the elves pay for it.
Block Beast, 2 strength 5 warriors.
So much. I want those 2 strength 5 warriors to get tentacles. I want block, strength 5, tentacles. Just all, like, think about it. 3 block, strength 5 tentacle pieces running around. Elves are going nowhere.
Yeah, and plus all the disturbing presence. Given how many elves are in this division, this is a team with quite a lot of potential. You've already got 2 block tackle pieces. I mean, one of them's not a rotter, but
yeah, but this is a well-developing and healthy Nurgle team. He's getting level ups on his Nurgle warriors. Each Pestigore is going into its own niche, which is where you want them. They're your niche players.
Yeah.
He's got his ball handler. It looks like he's building a blodge one. He's got a mighty blow one. He's got a control tackle one, like a sweeper. Actually, would have liked to see a Rackle on Tadagors. If you're gonna have a mighty blow one and a tackle one of them should be a sweeper.
Yeah, I mean, he might be doing that for the dodge piece. More likely it's going to be... Well, I'd say that'd be the ball carrier, but then there's the one with sure hands.
Yeah. Best bet is you have a block Mighty Blow Claw piling on tackle Pestigore, which would be Muffgores. You have a blodge, usually guard or something, Pestigore. Kind of an all-around piece would be Crophagores. Tadagor would be your ball carrier. I'm assuming he's going to get blocked soon. And then Tadagors, ideally, I think you'd want like wrestle, tackle,
that is
shenanigans.
Confusing that he's got Tadagor and Tadagors.
I like Tatergore. No R, but I'm adding it.
Are these like randomly generated cyanide names for players?
Looks like it.
Looks like some of the Rotters might be from other teams. Eddie the Hammer.
Eddie the Hammer sounds like it is Trunkheads.
Yeah. But yeah.
I like it.
3 strength 5 pieces.
I think he's going to have a good season. He did not have a great season last season. He's 3-3-13, but I think this is a division where the mainland runners can do very well.
Yeah, with all the elves here, he's got elf control and strength and removal. Yeah, like you can definitely give some trouble to some of these agi teams. And what is he at TV wise? 1650. It's a little bit high, but it's not bloat. It's strength. So yeah, let's see how that goes. Cool. He's got all of the staff. He's got his rerolls. Take some time.
And again, middle TV. He's only 1650 with that development.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely frightening looking team. He's got a little bit of bench. Yeah, he's got 11 players or 12 players. So, if he wanted to really go down the removal route, he could get some more rotters and put some dirty player out there. But he may end up just making some rotters and getting them for free. So who knows? Yeah.
I like it. I think he'll have a much better time this season than he did last. And starting out Nurgle is always rough.
Yeah. Now Nurgle is a team that definitely takes a while to develop, and he's there. He's got his rerolls. He's got his 4 Pestigors. He's got development on the Pestigors, the Warriors, and the Beast. So he's in a good starting position for the season. So could go quite a ways, depending on how the schedule shakes out. Should we go Live Tree or Die Hard?
Yeah, Duberman was actually in my first division ever in REL. I want to say Duberman was Blackfire Loyalists, or was that D's Arena? No, it was Duberman. So,
Live
good coach.
Die Hard was in, I want to say, Div 4 last season, but it may have been Div 5 or
Div 4,
Div
Div
6.
5.
Yeah, I mean, I know all these names. I recognize as teams that I covered, but remembering who was in what division, I'm having some trouble with.
Good development.
Yeah, he's got that strip ball war dancer. He's got the tackle war dancer. He's got a strength up catcher. Got a movement catcher.
This is another leaner elf team that I think Leadus' team would have a tough time with. Teams that don't have a ton of bloat.
Yeah, but he's also got no bench and maybe 7. I think he's gonna want to get like sidestep on that movement catcher, for example. Maybe sure feet. So he's got some development that he's still wanting. I think he's not. I wouldn't say this is a.
I said it was. No, but it's lean.
Yeah, it's lean for what it is now. 1570. And yeah. For 3 rerolls, an APO, 3 men, war dancers, skills.
Mighty.
Everybody.
I'm looking at the names because they're all Bruce Willis characters.
Bruce Willis characters, yeah.
What is Mighty Bark?
Mighty Bark, I don't get. Yeah, I don't know.
Mr. Goodcat's the catcher.
A lot of these I don't recognize. Butch is Pulp Fiction, John McClane, Die Hard, Corbin Dallas.
Goodcat is lucky number 11. Corbin Dallas is Fifth Element.
Fifth Element. The rest I don't know.
He's gonna pull off the Kansas City Shuffle with Mr. Goodcat. You know the most important thing about a Kansas City Shuffle and what you need for it?
What is that?
You need a body.
A what?
A body.
Hmm.
Have you not seen Lucky Number 11?
I have not seen Lucky Number 7.
Oh, it's Josh Hartnett or whatever. Is that his name? And Lucy Liu.
Oh.
Los Angeles, and Bruce Willis, and
I do like Bruce Willis.
Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman, and who is the other one? Sir Ben Kingsley, I think.
That's a good cast.
It is a good cast. It's a good movie.
I'll have to check it out.
It's got mystery. It's got mobsters. It's got Josh Hartnett getting punched in the face repeatedly.
All right. Well, we're gonna have to cut the preview video short because I'm gonna go watch it.
All right. It's a good team. I think he'll do well. I know Duberman's a good coach.
Mm.
So I'm not worried about it. I want to look at Staticus's team though. Post-playoff elves.
Yeah, so Staticus had a rough time going into the playoffs. He lost 2 trees in the course of one season last season, in Div 6, and not only that, but got some serious injuries on a couple of his players right as he was going into playoffs. So you can see that here. That one of his War Dancers movement busted. He had, I think, on a movement catcher that got agility busted, but I think he must have gotten rid of him and gotten movement on another one.
It still isn't a bad team.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see Robert Redwood for the third because he went through two trees last season.
That's a rare moment. This is how you expect to see a developing Wood Elf team, honestly. Kind of beat up, needing to build a bench, but I mean his War Dancers, Movement 7 War Dancer, who cares, still strong.
Yeah.
Movement 9 War Dancer with Mighty Blow, great. Movement Catcher, Agi 5 Lineman is a little bit of blow, but he can be super useful. I mean, yeah, I have no issue with this team, and Staticus proved that he can play.
Yeah. I mean, he had a fantastic record last season. Team record overall 12-2-3 is great. So it's an average.
Overcame the Sage.
Yeah. I don't think anybody with one person had that in their bracket challenge.
Yeah.
So that was a.
He really knew what to do with his inducements.
Yeah, he did well with the inducements, and Sage also had the trouble of not having. He had some tackle pieces and some Mighty Blow pieces, but none of them were on the same piece. So he wasn't really able to get the removals that he would have needed to really sort of take control of the pitch and Staticus.
That's gonna be the problem that everybody else in this division has. They don't have the tackle where they need it.
Yeah. I mean, this elf team has got as much tackle as any other team we've seen. Most we've seen was 2 tackle pieces. So I do think there's a dwarf team coming up towards the end of this. So yeah, the Berserkers, and they may be a team to watch. They had a good run last season, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Should we move on to Snobguard, or are we still?
I'm good with the wooden stand-ins and moving on to Snobguard.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a division of elves. I think the top of this division is going to be elves. But Chaos, Iron Master, not bad. Lots of guard.
Yeah, so Snubguard, as I can recall, had a bit of a rough season last season, just getting development. I think he was one of the teams that didn't actually get any, unless I'm misremembering this, didn't get any spin matches in before, so was starting with a fresh Chaos team, which is always rough to do. But he's definitely developed it up. He's got a guard in a bunch of places where it needs to be. He's got some skills on his Chaos Warriors. He's got a Blodge Agility 4 Chaos Warrior, which is weird and terrifying.
It's fun. I've had one before. The only issue is it's limited by movement, but still, super fun.
Yeah.
I think his saving grace this season is going to be guard. Not a lot of guard in this division, and he doesn't have the tackle to deal with the elves, so he's going to have to out-guard on the bash.
Yeah, the guard.
I don't.
He's got. Let's see how many pieces does he have that are actually close to. So Slash Nagors is only 1 casualty or a touchdown away from maybe picking up tackle. Neas Nezdar is 1 touchdown on a Chaos Warrior, but he's 3 SPP away. His Mighty Blow piece is a MVP away from a skill, but he probably wouldn't go tackle first. More likely, that's going to be either block or claw.
Now I'm going to say this. I've talked to him before that I don't like Minotaurs. Everybody knows I don't like Minotaurs on a Chaos team. Now that you're in a very elfy division, now is the perfect time to get rid of the Minotaur. Because you're going to want to blitz with him with block claw, but that just means he's eating up your SBP.
Oh, he doesn't have block. You mean Mighty Blow Claw?
Mighty Blow Claw, yeah. The claw's pretty useless in a division with 6 elves. And he's eating up... I mean, there's some 8.
Yeah, there's some high elves and some dark elves there, but
Not as important though if you're not in like that division down below that has all the chaos dwarves.
yeah.
But all I'm just saying is,
there are also at least 2 lizard man teams and a dwarf team.
I mean, there's always a
and
reason to
orc
have
team.
claw, but that's why you want claw on somebody that's not, gonna wild animal.
Yeah,
I just don't like minotaurs, and I think if he looks at his beginning schedule when it comes up and sees a bunch of elves, it'd be the perfect time to cut his minotaur and work on getting Reap Warp, Darth Moy, Block Claw, and building some other stuff.
Yeah, what are they at now? So he's at 1540. So if he dropped, he could drop 190k of his TV. That would give him for the first match a loner though.
That's fine. A loner beastman is fine, and being low in TV means he can induce Lord Borak. Is that his name? Yeah. When he needs to, for a little extra bash.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of Minotaurs, and I think this is a good season to get rid of one and really develop your Chaos team.
I think it depends on who he's up against first. If he's up against lizard men, orcs, and dwarves.
Yeah, then you want to keep him.
Yeah. If he looks at the schedule and sees elf,
I would like to see him get rid of it, especially having watched his games a little bit. He really tunnel visions on the Minotaur blitzes.
Yeah, I mean, the people who take claw, the first skill on the Minotaur, tend to want to use it. And depending on who your opponent is, it can be useful, but it's also going to just be sort of a distraction and a liability. So.
Also going to come down to how his schedule forms out.
Yeah, another one of those. Yeah.
This could be either a really good development season for him with a lot of elves to bash down and collect injury SPP, or a really bad development season where he just can't, bust down the blodgers.
Yeah, he's going to need some tackle on some of these pieces pretty quickly, I think. Just given how dodgy this division is. But yeah. Should we move on?
Keep it rolling. We got 2 more divisions to do.
Yeah. So not an anime sports team. Arch, of course, the top team from Division 5. Went into the playoffs. Team is in good shape. They're at what, 1640?
Leaner elf team.
Yeah, not really bloaty at all.
All these lean, not bloaty elf teams show me what Leadus' team could be, especially with all his stat ups and doubles and everything else. I mean, I like the catcher as a ball hawk. Not Prince of Tennis. Great. I'd like to not Ace of Diamonds is 2 SPP away from leveling, so something's going to happen there. He's got a catcher with Blodge Tackle, who's an SPP away.
Get a Blodge step piece. Help him get a 1 turn if he needs it. Is that catcher?
That Agi 5 guard piece is rough.
Yeah. I mean, he can get into useful spots, I guess, to put that guard, but then he's in danger.
He needs to find the easy opponents in his division and start really just feeding him touchdowns and try and just embrace the bloat on that lineman and give him blodge.
Yeah. He's going to take a lot of SPP to get 2 more skills on him. But yeah, if he can get them there.
Even block will make him infinitely more useful.
Yeah, let's take a look at this. He's got 2 MVPs and a pass on him. He's also inflicted a casualty.
I'm not a huge fan of Agi 5 on line elves. Like, everybody takes it because you're like, oh, Agi 5, why the hell wouldn't I take this? But then they never really get used. So they just don't have the development. I've never seen an Agi 5 lineman used well.
Well, I mean, except on an elf team, they've got the same. They just don't have starting skills, but they've got the same access as the blitzers.
Yeah.
As the blitzers and the catchers, and they've all got general and agility access. So he's just got one less movement than the blitzers and two less than the catchers, and doesn't start with any skills. But AG5
doesn't start with any skills, and he's going to be behind a skill because he got the edge up. That too.
Yeah, but having that for retrievals and
I'm not. I agree, it's good. Like I said, there's no reason not to take it. I'm just saying I've never seen one used well.
yeah, it's hard to do because they're a little slower.
You gotta think. Have you ever seen like an Agi 5 lineman? And you're like, oh my god, Agi 5 lineman, I gotta stop him.
Yeah, not really.
Usually it's like, oh, he doesn't have blodge. I'll hit him and fucking take that off the field soon. Thank you.
Yeah, it's definitely a sort of situational thing where it comes in handy, but when it does, it's very handy.
But Arch's team is another great lean-ish, not bloaty elf team. I feel bad for Letus. I'm sitting here talking about all the non-bloaty elf teams, and I just shit on poor Fruity Kisses, who honestly rolls all the cool level ups. Fruity Kisses is the coolest elf team in Division 3.
Yeah.
I just really feel like not FDA approved, Live Tree Die Hard, the Wooden Stand-ins, and not another anime sports team are going to do way better than all the other teams in this division.
Yeah, just because they don't have, they'd be getting inducements instead of giving them away. Although 1640 is not.
It's not bad. He's not going to be getting much, but he's not giving away much either. So, and that's fine with the team he's got.
Yeah.
You want to look at Mean Lean Neon Green?
Yep. So,
Marauder Shields.
Another upcoming team from one of the lower divisions. I want to say Div 4.
Why do I feel like Marauder Shields played a season as
Div
Chaos
5?
at some point?
I don't know. It's possible.
Maybe I ran into him in Cole or something. No tackle. That's gonna be rough.
Yeah.
2 blodge werewolves hasn't got the standard REL mighty blow or strength up on a werewolf.
Yeah, that's everywhere, all over this.
Strength 5 flesh golem though.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And a strength 4 ghoul.
Strength 4 blodge ghoul. That's gonna be a hell of a ball carrier. Get sure hands on him. It's gonna be difficult to deal with, or maybe sidestep.
I feel like he's a cheerleader too. I feel like Marauder's team is going to be better on offense than it is on defense in this league. It's going to have a really strong offense.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, y'all just got the. He needs, if he gets some more. Is this white brand new? Let's take a look. Conrad the Feared. Yeah, brand new, no matches played. So that's a rookie white. If he gets some skills on this white, get some more guard in there. I do like the blodge step guard ghoul though, because that's going to be a pain in the ass, especially on defense.
I usually like to have one guard ghoul if I can get it, and I like Necro to have guard stand firm whites.
Yeah.
Just there to assist your werewolves.
Yeah, just so much stand firm. Stand firm is great when you can just spam it all over the place, and the opponents can't get anyone out of the way.
Tombbreaker picks up sure hands. He's going to be really hard to stop.
Yeah, strength 4 blodge is a pain in the ass for trying to free the ball. So, if strip ball doesn't work either, it's gonna be.
That's why I think his offense is going to be way stronger. He has no tackle. He can get it soon enough on his werewolves, but I feel like his offense is going to be way stronger than his defense this season. But I think he'll have a good season, though. That being said.
Yeah, what did he get TV wise? 1580. So with the skills up and what he has here, 1580 is not that high for a team with two strength ups with 12 players.
A bench. Super trim zombies.
Yeah, I mean, with that dirty player, I'd maybe see a little bit more benched, just so you can really make sure you can make use of it and not be down players as the game goes on. But
you can get a bribe when he wants to.
Yeah, the fact that he's not super high on TV is going to help with that.
it's a good team. I think he'll do well. There's not a lot of people to bash down a regen team in this division. And he's got a strong offense, great ball carrier. Hopefully his Wolves develop some mighty blow or some tackle or something interesting. Strength 5 Flesh Golem's pretty hard to deal with.
Yeah. He's going to need to get block on there. If he can get or Mighty Blow maybe. But yeah, that's going to be... It's already... Just being Strength 5 is going to be a pain in the ass, but if you can get some development on him, it's really going to be a terror. But yeah. So that's me leaning on green.
Then we got Brazers.
Yeah, Brazers.
For...
This was a Div 16, I want to say, from last season.
Superfed TV?
Yeah.
He's covering Div 4 and 5 with Trunk.
So he had a really good season last season, and his record here 13-3-1. So he was very close to being in contention. The Stouticus had sort of run away with it the last week or two, but it was a couple of weeks left. He was definitely in contention for that playoff spot. But yeah, he's got plus strength blodge thrower. He's got
3 tackle pieces, 1 with mighty blow piling on. This is one of the teams. This and the dwarf team.
Firm blitzer, yeah.
Lots of guard.
Blitzer, plenty of guard. Couple of mighty blow pieces.
This is
you know that I play. I mean, his record's got a good record. This is definitely a team to watch, and a team that with 3 tackle pieces is got the most chance of dealing with all these dodgy elves. So
this is one of those teams that I feel is going to be excited about the Elfie division.
Yeah, he's definitely got the skills for dealing with it. He had last season. I think he started with two goblins to go with that troll, and then ended up not replacing them when they left the team. I think one of them actually got eaten by the troll. And the troll's only 1 SPP away from leveling. But I wonder. I never usually take a troll. I usually feel like if you're gonna take the troll, you get it for the goblin tossing. So I wonder if he's gonna put some goblins in here. If he's gonna hold on to the troll. If he's just gonna wait and see what the troll rolls for the next. Once he gets that 1 SPP, or what the plan is there. But it's not usual that you see a troll on an orc team.
Yeah.
Without all goblins to toss.
I usually don't take a troll. I usually don't take a thrower either. But I don't think that having a troll without goblins detracts of it in any way from the team. Yeah, it's not a bad roadblock.
Like they're, I don't really like the troll, but the one thing I will say about it is that at 110 TV, he costs the same as like a North Ulfwarner. He's the cheapest big guy. You get quite a lot of value for what you do get. I don't usually take him. I know all the problems with the Orc Thrower I will take just because starting with Sure Hands is fantastic, and of course this thrower is turned into a...
You don't want to get in? You mean you don't want to get into a 20-minute discussion about why Orc Throwers are garbage?
No, I know Orc Throwers are garbage, but I'll still take them.
No. Yeah, this is a great Orc Thrower, though. I mean, if you're going to have to carry an Orc Thrower, you want to build out like this. Blodge, Strength 4, Sure Hands. Yeah. This is what the ghoul from that other team wants to be.
Yeah.
Just faster.
Yeah.
I like it. I think he's gonna have a good time. Him and Owns Dwarves are gonna have the best time in this division.
Yeah. Oh, and the Zerkers here, and the Berserkers that work.
That delightful segue.
Oh, we were talking about Own. Okay.
And Owns Berserkers are gonna have it. You like that segue?
Yeah.
Come on, Mike.
I misheard you. Thought you were talking about a totally different team.
And owns Berserkers as well. So look at that.
Did he just get this? I don't think he had 4 matches. So I think this Death Roller is new to the postseason.
I'm cool with that.
Unless I'm totally... Yeah. So he looks like he played in the Open Invitational and then spin matches. So he didn't have this this Death Roller last season. Another team that was up there with Brothers in contention in Div 6, unless I'm totally misremembering.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Or maybe this was a Div
And
4?
he has the Bribe Stadium.
Actually, I can say here.
You look. He has a Bribe Stadium.
Yeah, Div 6.
Lots of guard. He has all the tackle to deal with the elves. A movement runner, block fend. A strip ball blodge runner. Okay, good enough. Troll Slayer, Gornak is going to level up. I'm assuming he's going to get piling on.
Yeah.
Mighty Blow, tackle piling on.
Yeah.
Strength 4, Troll Slayer.
Plenty of guard, and of course, just being dwarves, a ton of tackle. Definitely's got the tools for dealing with these elves. The Death Roller is a big chunk of TV that I think.
Bribe Stadium.
Yeah, but it's still. I mean, it's still 160 TV. That this team without that Death Roller would be a scary looking dwarf team as it is, and would be a 1590 team instead of a 1750 team. I mean that's a big jump. I don't know. Death Roll is all right, but for how much he costs. I mean, the Bribe Stadium's only going to come into play every other game, and even then might not let you keep him for both halves. You could even with a bribe, you may end up having to field him and may end up.
I don't think the Death Roller is going to be super useful because with all the elves, you're going to be blitzing with Gornak.
Yeah.
I really assume he's going to get piling on, but I have no issue with it. It'll be fun. It's not the highest TV in the division.
No, but I mean, this team could be a lot trimmer. I wonder if he just got it to play around with in the offseason, or if I assume he's probably planning on keeping it, but he did very well last season without it. So I don't think he needs it, and I think he could be a lot trimmer TV wise. But it's fun to have. It's fun to just have a big honking tank on the field that can, run over stuff. So, whatever.
I have no issues. So that's Div 3.
Yeah, with the exception of
a Chaos team.
Scholarly Gentleman, who was in one of the divisions I was covering.
Div 5.
Has not accepted his ticket yet, so we can't look at the schedule, so we can't make any predictions about week 1, because we have no idea who is playing who.
I can make my predictions in general. Everybody who's not Brazers and Dwarves is going to have a rough time with all the elves.
Yeah.
Brazers and Dwarves are going to have a great time with all the elves.
Yeah, and those are both two teams that performed very well last season. And are prepared for all the dodgy craziness that's going on here. Because it's not just the elf teams, there's also the Lizardmen team that the tackle's going to help against that. The ghouls on the undead teams, the undead necro teams. Just having some killer tackle pieces is going to be very useful against most of the teams in this division. So those are two teams that are definitely. I don't think anyone else in this division is going to be looking forward to facing either one of those teams. But yeah, it should be interesting division to watch. A lot of elfy shit going on, and a couple of teams that might break the elves. So, which is also what you want to see. You want to see some crazy elf BS, and then you want to see elves get punished for it. I think that's what makes for a good Blood Bowl match. I can't believe the elves got away with that, and then oh good, they didn't. They were punished. But yeah, should be a good season. We got a lot of well-developed teams. We got a lot of experienced coaches. Do we want to go crazy and make early predictions for who's gonna end up on the top 13 weeks from now?
Yep. Here's my predictions.
Yeah.
Brazers.
Yeah.
Wooden stand-ins. Not FDA approved, and not an anime sports team end up in the top 4.
Yeah. don't disagree. I think Brothers and the Zerkers are definitely going to have. They had great seasons last season, and they're just looking scarier. I think the Rotters could pull some stuff here. They've got the development that they need, and the scary looking strength there. That could go well in their favor. It's hard for Nurgle to take a lot of wins, but they're pretty well developed at this point. And let's see. And yeah, I don't know. Wouldn't stand it. Made it to the playoffs last season, and against everyone's predictions, beat Sage. So let's put him in there too. So we got basically the same 4 picks, except I took the Rotters and you picked an elf team. Not an anime.
I picked 3 elves and Brazers.
Oh, so you get 3 elves, yeah. I had
Stouticus, not FDA approved. None other anime sports team in Bracers.
I think it's going to depend a lot on how the schedule works out. If the elf teams have to play the orcs and the dwarves early on, that could really cripple some of the elves early on and make them sort of put them in recovery mode for the first couple of weeks of the season. But yeah, this could shake up any number of different ways, so it's hard to put predictions on it. But yeah, I think we're both in agreement at least about Brothers and the stand-ins. I think the Berserkers have got a good shot, and I wouldn't count out the Rotters just based on the team. It's just 3 straight 5 pieces and a bunch of development on Nurgle is hard to deal with. So yeah, so that's Div 3. Should we move on to Div 2?
Just been waiting for you.
Alright, well, I do ramble, so just feel free to cut me off.
Yeah. Alright, rats off to you. We're starting into it. Golgothan, last place last season, Div 1?
Possibly?
Yes?
Yeah.
Last or second to last, it was him or Quicks.
Pretty beat up.
His team was holding together well. It would held together better than it usually did. And then he cycled both of his Storm Vermin, one being a Clawpalmer, and messed up naming one.
And then...
No. He didn't willingly cycle them.
Okay.
They got cycled for him.
Right.
Still got Gibbons for them 1-turns.
Yeah.
Though, honestly, you'd think Gibbons would do more, but I think he doesn't ever really have a bench to keep Gibbons off the field like Lumi does with Napoleon.
He's got 19 touchdowns in 20 matches, so he's doing something right.
He's doing something right being a natural 1-turner.
Yeah.
By doing something right, you mean having the keys to the kingdom and then not fucking up.
Yeah, but being kept out of harm's way. He's only sustained 3 casualties, 12.5 KOs. Being kept safe to be useful where it needs to be. He's got the Gutters, he's got the Storm Vermins, he's going to have a lot of line rats. The team is currently at 1240, he's got
8 players.
8 players, so 350 more puts him at 1390? So still pretty
Not much.
Yeah, still a pretty low TV team considering how well developed the Gutter Runners are. But he's got development that he needs, and he's got to fill out some of these. He just needs more players. I don't think there's a couple of teams where you don't really mind having a loner. I think North, a loner North lineman is fine. Most of the elf teams don't really mind having a loner or two that much. But being AG3 and AB7 with no skills, the loners are gonna hurt his game. I think quite a bit. What's the rest of the division like in terms of TV though? Is he gonna be getting a lot of inducements? It's a question. couple of low TV teams as well, but they're mostly in the 15 to
16.
17 and 18 range. So,
Yeah.
so he should be getting inducements. That's going to help. He can get some star players to fill out the roster. You could just get some mercenaries. You can get, babes and an extra APO if he needs it, just to make sure that his gutters come back and can be useful. Yeah.
But the important thing is that the spiritual head of the team survives this season as he rebuilds.
Yeah,
I know Goal said he would stay up in REL 1 if it was needed, because we had so many people re-roll or leave, but that he wanted to move down a division for a season to rebuild.
Yeah, that makes sense. He needs to get these storm vermin leveled. He needs to get some rats in here, so that he's not constantly at 11 players with a bunch of loners. Yeah.
And I mean, Inducent's really nice. Mistayas knows what Goal can do with a fireball, but I just expect this to be a rebuilding season for Goal.
Yeah.
I expect him to take it easy, rebuild his team. I'm not expecting to see him at the top of the division, fighting it out with some of the teams here.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, it depends on how the games go and who he gets matched up against. So the gutter runners.
You could say that for anybody, though.
But with these gutter runners, these well-developed gutter runners, and having a one-turner with 2 heads, it's going to be hard to keep him from scoring. So, that may also end up putting pieces in harm's way, so it's sort of a trade-off. You can play aggressively and try and get those scores in, but
yeah,
we'll see how it goes.
I'm expecting it to be a rebuild season for him.
Yeah, well, it's got to be that either way, but he could still, I think, take and have a decent record at the end of the season. I think with
anybody could have a decent record this season. I'm just making a prediction that I don't think he will.
All right, fair enough. You're just gonna shit all over him. That's fine.
I'm not shitting all over him.
Yeah, smells like it to me. All right.
Well, you know what? He's one of the few coaches in REL 1 who was worse than me, so yeah, I'm gonna shit all over him. Because I'm garbage and he's worse than me. So there, you happy, Mike?
Fair enough.
You want strong feelings on this? God. White Mane Ravagers.
White Mane Ravagers.
I'm sorry, Cole. That's Mike's fault. I don't actually want to shit on you or think that I'm better than you. I'm probably a worse coach. Oh, fuck you, Mike. White Mane Ravagers have always been a really strongly developed Isle team in all their seasons.
Yeah, Hiles, once they get some skills on them, can get that way. Is this, how's this strength alignment doing? Is that just a miss next game? Just a miss next game.
That's fine. Strength, guard, better than, I think, Agi 5 guard.
Yeah, it's a little weird. But I guess he's hard to move out of the way, so...
the thrower. Blood strength 4 sure hands.
Oh, gross.
And
And then did they start with... No, okay. That's Dark Elf.
He's pretty much a... His thrower is pretty much just a bomb-ass vampire.
Basically, yeah, without the bloodlust.
And the hypno.
Yeah.
Blitzer with Blodge and Mighty Blow, which is nice. Everybody likes to have a Mighty Blow Blitzer in an elf team. Just one if you get lucky.
Yeah.
Lots of guard for an elf team.
Yeah, 3 pieces. One of them's not gonna be in the first game, but even just the 2.
Sadly, he is a busted Blodge lineman.
Yeah, and though they're just regular skills, how are they doing cash-wise? Yeah, he's a little strapped for cash. He may or may not want to replace them. Yeah, he might just let nature take its course and see if the guy survives. I'm not an elf coach. I don't know.
He's going to be out for his first game, and then after that, he should have the cash to pick up a new lineman. Hopefully, if he wins.
Yeah, but 15. But he's only got 11 players as it is. So we might want to just pick up one and have a bench. I'm not an elf. I'm not an elf coach, so I don't know what in terms of team management you do here. Generally, I think you fire an armor bust, but but that's just a general rule of thumb. So I don't know if it.
No, he's just a Blodge. No, he's just a Blodge wood elf on your team.
No,
I'd probably
what
fire him.
else are faster? Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably fire him.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a launch step catcher. It's pretty standard. Got some tackle. Yeah. How did he do last season?
Well, he is very decisive as a coach.
Yeah.
He has
13. No draws.
No draws. He wins or he loses. He goes balls to the wall, and that's what I like.
That's a man after my own heart. I hate that. I will never play for a draw.
I love draws.
No,
Nothing is more insulting to a good coach when they can't beat you. I mean, if you beat a coach that's better than you, they're like, maybe dice. But if you draw them, it just means they weren't good enough to pull out the win.
Yeah, I'll usually set myself up for a loss if it means I have a chance for a win rather than getting a draw. I've definitely had plenty of games where it's like, okay, well, if I play, we're tied. There's a couple of turns left. If I play a strong defense here, we're gonna have a draw. But if I weaken my defense to put some scoring threats out there in the hopes of maybe making something happen, I can get the win. But I probably won't. I'll probably actually just lose. I'll do the latter. I'll always take a chance at the win over.
Well, you and Duke N can bond on that one as we move on to all rats.
Yeah.
Look at that. See, I'm moving you along.
All rats. The rat
Got a
team,
storm vermin?
Oh yeah, it's got a claw mighty blow.
Ooh, Agi 5 armor busted gutter runner.
Ooh, armor busted. Rough there.
I'd probably get rid of him. It's not like
dodge into
Loomies.
2 tackle zones on a 2+.
Well, I mean, he's going to be
up the
your
ball.
ball hawk or your ball carrier or whatever.
He's not gonna be a ball carrier. He's gonna be a retriever.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like Napoleon on Loomy's team. It's not something you're going to be able to keep off the pitch. You want him on the pitch.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
he's going to get punched.
It's rough. Like, I think this is a piece that's so useful as a retriever. This is basically what this is basically Pharaoh. like with a little bit less armor. But dodging with AG6 and picking up with AG5 means that if any other piece can get that ball loose, or if the opposing player makes any sort of mistake with the ball and drops it, and this player is anywhere near it with movement 9, the rats have the ball.
Thank you for explaining the basics.
But
we're not. You're not in 4 through 6 anymore. These are Div 1 through 3 coaches. They know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. None of us know what we're doing.
I just assume that everyone knows what we could just not.
And then you see, and then you see strip. Well, I mean, you assume that, and then you see strip ball sauruses.
Yeah.
I do think the reason you would keep it is because Zowie is most likely going to get Dauntless in 2 SBP, and then you've got a great ball hawk and a great retriever.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I keep this piece just as a retriever. Like, that's, and then, I just don't get too attached to him.
But I don't mean at all.
Yeah.
Don't get attached to him at all.
Yeah.
Base thrower, new thrower. Shucks is just begging to get a agi or movement or something cool. Like, he's about as developed as you can get a gutter runner without rolling any doubles or anything cool on him.
Yeah, if he takes he's taking sprint, so I assume he's gonna get sure feet. But
sure feet.
Yeah, just to make he just needs one push with
sure feet. Sidestep.
He's got sidestep.
Yep. Once he gets sure feet, he'll be a great. I mean, he's probably already a decent one turner. He'll be a great one turner.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's a rat team that has some building to do. 1330, but he's got some good tools. But he's gonna lose one.
But plus 100, so like 1430.
Yeah. He's gonna lose a gutter runner soon enough. Great Scott's gonna go down.
Yeah.
Uh,
How many games does he actually have on this Scudder Runner? 18 matches. That's not a whole lot. Wonder what point he actually got injured.
I assume recently.
Yeah.
Let's look at Steve.
Steve. Necro Team.
No, there we go. There's a werewolf with Mighty Blow. Everybody gets Mighty Blow on their werewolves. Except for the Necro Team in Div 3. Neon green. Green, neon green. Green?
That is a
Meaning green?
developed werewolf.
You say that like you're surprised that a werewolf has all the SPP on a Necro Team. Oh, guys, the werewolf has all the SPP again?
Yeah, well, just that they survived that long.
Oh, no, the AV8 regen piece survives that long?
Yeah, I mean,
Come on
it's
now.
hard, they're hard to get rid of, but they're also a big target. I don't know about... There's quite a lot of... I think a little bit of... I think I'd cycle...
Zombie bloat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
These zombies... You don't need block and fend. What is this?
I mean,
10?
there's two thoughts of development in, like, Undead Necro. And if you're gonna develop your zombies, that's the way to develop them.
Yeah. I mean, it's not bad. I might have given one or two of these wrestle, especially if you get a dirty player there. He's got 2 dirty players. You might as well have someone who can stand there and pull players down with him when he gets hit. But this is not bad either. And fend means he can sort of move around and reposition and just be a nuisance when he does get hit. He's not necessarily going to be stuck marked on something. So yeah, he can choose his marks, and you know that's what fend does. I don't have to explain that to people, but yeah, yeah, it's a pretty more or less standard looking team. Not a whole lot of craziness going on. Not a whole lot of doubles. You got the Mighty Blow on the werewolf. Got a lot of development in general on the werewolf.
New flesh column. I mean, dirt.
Yeah. Then he 15 matches.
Oh, not a new flesh column?
15 matches, not a single
Is he there?
SCP.
Wow.
Yeah.
On principle, fire him and buy a new one.
Yeah. No, that's just yeah.
I was like, oh, he bought a brand new flesh golem for the season.
No.
15 matches?
Yeah. Not one SPP. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Just get rid of that guy. I mean, there's no reason, but except that he's obviously bad luck. Just Nuffle does not like this flesh golem.
That is some. I feel bad.
Yeah. That's gross. Just one ghoul. You think you need more than one here, or
Nah.
how many?
I think he's
many
developing
matches of the ghoul?
zombies.
One match of
I
the
think
ghoul.
he's
So.
developing a bunch of other pieces, and ghouls aren't really going to add all that much. I mean, it's nice to have them, but I don't think he needs a bunch of them.
I mean, it's extra mobility on a team that's mostly movement force. So,
Yeah.
that's always. I mean, I tried Necro once and could not figure it out. Just
Oh,
because
dude, you and me both.
they're rough.
Because
half of your team
you're
is
not
movement
a
4, and all the important pieces are just lose
well,
the rest of the team
and not to mention that you've got a few bashy pieces, but you're not stronger than other bash. You're not as strong as real bash teams, but you got more bash than others. But you're not as good as agi teams, but you got 2 really fast pieces that you want to play like agi pieces. It's a conundrum.
Yeah, that definitely takes some learning on how to do. A couple of teams like that, where it's not quite as intuitive on how to play. So I don't know what he needs to do here. I can't figure out.
I'm cool with him developing his zombies, and I honestly don't feel like cutting a bunch of TV for him right now is going to get him all that much inducement-wise in this division. So I say he plays it out and sees how the 15-game 0 SPP Flash Golem.
Maybe do something.
I'm sorry. That's so bad.
Let's look at the stats. He's broken armor 10 times, gotten 2 KOs, no kills or casualties.
Ooh!
76.
Ooh! Hey! Yayo and Team Steve did what I always wanted to do. They have the perfectly balanced win-loss ratio. 13 wins, 8 draws, 13 losses. Perfectly balanced. I would have had the perfectly balanced after my first season, but someone who plays Brett's ruined it for me. But let's move on to the third rat team in the division. Ninja Pirate Robot.
Skaven here. Is this...
Who's playing his first game right now?
Are they already started?
Yeah, they're on turn 7. I'm watching it on my other monitor because I don't have to record for once. I get to be lazy.
Nice.
So this is a nice rat team.
Yeah, we got a plus strength storm vermin. We got a palmer storm vermin. No claw on either one, which is probably a disappointment. But wait a minute.
Are you gonna get past the storm vermin and look at the gutter runner yet?
That's a gross gutter runner.
It's not a. That's an abomination before God.
It's a weird gutter runner, is what that is.
I mean, instead of 2 heads, you just leap over the 1-turn touchdown line.
I guess.
You're at G5. Leap right over and make your touchdown.
Yeah, but I mean, he got that before he realized that he was going to get the extra movement.
I don't know. I mean, at that point, he's at G5, leap, wrestle. That's cool. And then he got movement, and then he got sprint. That's even cooler.
Yeah.
Now he goes where he damn well pleases.
Yeah, this is definitely a piece that just goes to where he wants.
Hey, where'd the gutter runner go? Wherever he feels like going. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Oh, and he's got a bunch of line rats and a bunch of dirty players, which is I like to see. You get the bench.
Yeah. I would like to see Always Gnawing get some thing besides sidestep. I would like to see Always Gnawing get strip ball dauntless. I feel like he's lacking a ball hawk.
Yeah, and you need to get sacker.
Do you prefer sacker or do you prefer? I like ball hawk.
Yeah, I mean I think it's slightly different roles, I guess. Ball hawk is usually more like a safety, and a sacker. I don't know. I don't know if there's actually a difference between them. I'll use them interchangeably.
Use it however you damn well please, Mike. You're the boss of you.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad that Kaz Mazer hasn't rolled. Well, I guess he did. Wait, no. I just would have liked to see Claw. The Claw Palm. But Pro's good, too.
Yeah. The other one with the movement and the agility bust.
I mean, he's still strength 4.
Strength 4. Yeah, that's such a rough decision.
I'd keep him.
Yeah, you sort of got to keep him.
Is he 6 strength 4 and niggled?
Wait, is he niggled too?
No, he's not. Okay.
No, agility and movement bust, yeah.
Whatever. He's
fighting just a miss next game, or is that? Yeah, that's just a miss next game.
That's fine. He's an oof. This is a nice team. This is a nice rat team. I like this rat team. He's got 1 gross gutter runner, which every rat team needs. Yeah. The rat team needs a stat freak. He's got 2 well-developed storm vermin, and everybody else is looking good. And he's got a deep bench, a freaking really deep bench.
Yeah, 13 players, plenty of line meat, and some dirty players. So
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it a lot. I got some line meat for you as we move on to the next team.
So who do we got?
I don't know. I haven't even looked at it. I just wanted to make a joke like that. Oh! Oh, God! Oh, God!
Chaos team?
Oh, God!
Ooh.
Strength 5 Chaos Warrior. Anybody with Strength 5 Chaos Warrior.
Beastman with extra arms. It's the ball carrier.
Ooh! Prehensile Tail, Tentacle, Niggled Beastman.
That's a little weird.
Hey, guys!
It's a little weird. I guess
Boy!
Yeah, I live next to a firehouse, so this always happens.
Well, that was your first mistake.
Man, I mean, that doesn't sound like a fire truck, though. I don't know what that is.
I don't like Tafagors. He's cool. I mean, Prehensile Tail, Tentacles, that's fun and all.
Yeah, but
he's strength 3.
Yeah, Tentacles is better than a strength 3. Prehensile Tail. is better than a piece you can't knock down so easily.
He's got skills that need more development by them or a better piece.
Yeah.
It's like a Chaos Warrior. So, not a fan of Tophagors. Grandly Mantle, fine. Warely Tail, extra arms, I guess, is interesting for the plus strength. If I have a plus strength Bethune, I'd build them into a Frenzy Surfer.
Yeah.
Because then Blitz are fine.
Yeah.
Blodge, Mighty Blow. I mean, not bad, but not necessary. Decent guard. How the Chaos Warriors developing? Chaos Warriors are great. I got no issue with the Chaos Warriors.
Yeah.
Only one tackle though.
Yeah. How much tackle? What do we? Let's take a quick look.
Well, there's 3 Skaven teams at least. We just passed all
Skaven,
those.
we got a High Elf, we got Lizardmen, 3 Lizardmen teams. Tackle's definitely going to be useful this season for this. Who are they playing first? We can actually take a look at this now. What's the team? Cenobites, the Curb. New Year North, which I'm going to guess is a North team. We haven't seen them yet.
I mean, that's a decent matchup for him to get some SVP.
Yeah.
It's a Chaos team. Fire Tophagors. He's cool and all, but, I mean, he's costing you a lot for nothing. I'm not going to be scared of the prehensile tail. I'm just going to block his ass down.
Yeah.
It looks has already happened to him because he's niggled. It looks like somebody said, oh, well, screw that. Blah.
Smack him.
You got 2 strength ups. Embrace that. Get some cool stuff. I don't know. What is extra arms getting him? Is he his ball carrier?
I mean, that's what I'm thinking, but then I'm remembering that this is a Beastman. That means he blitzes at strength 5. You could have given him Mighty Blow. You could have given him
Frenzy.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not like he's going to be busted into a cage, because if that was the case, you'd give him 2 heads and stuff like that. Or, put it on the Blodger. Mutagors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a bit of an odd choice. Yeah,
I don't remember this team from last season either. He wasn't in Div 1 through 3. I don't know where he's from.
He's not.
Is he a rookie move up?
Yeah. It looks like he was in the minors last season.
There we go.
Check the history here.
There we go.
Minors season 1. Yeah.
He's from the rookie league. Oh, right up into Div 2.
Jumped right up into Div 2.
I don't think his TV is well used. My rookie friend, Fire Tophagors.
Yeah, especially Niggled and those are weird skills.
It looks like he was taking development advice from Squiggy. I don't know. It's a nice team, and it really has a lot of solid development on for a KS team, but it's not like... He's got things where I think... I don't know how to say this. He's got skills where I think he should have different skills, or, his skills aren't on the people that they need to be on.
Yeah, I mean, like, look at Quake Flush, Rip Blue. He went Block, Claw, Mighty Blow, and then Guard. It feels like he was looking at the team and felt like the team needed Guard, but that's a player who should
be getting tackle or piling on.
Tackle or piling. I mean, that's a killer. So, yeah. The team may have needed Guard.
He's weird.
But
he's weird. The extra arms guy is weird. Tentacle guy is weird. Blodge, Mighty Blow Beastman, looks like he was going, I need more Mighty Blow because I'm Chaos, and put it on there.
I
would have got him.
I don't dislike that, because,
but think about it this way.
If you get a killer,
he could have Guard.
Yeah, but a killer with mobility who can free himself and get to where he needs to go. If he's developing him into a killer, that's not the worst thing in the world.
I'm not saying it's the worst. It's just weird, I think.
I don't even think it's that weird. I mean, you look at, on my team, you got Frost, who's Blodge.
Yeah, but Frost is... The difference is Frost has to be everything on your team, because for the longest time he was the only one that could do anything.
We're still the only one with break tackle, but...
Doesn't your Crocs have break tackle?
Okay, he's not the only one with break tackle.
You want me to tell you more about your team?
The only one who doesn't have Bonehead and break tackle.
Anyways... Like, I just feel like that could have been a way more, useful piece. Like, think about it, a Blodge guard piece?
Yeah, or
blocked
make
hard.
him the
And then,
or make him the ball carrier so that
yeah,
taking him down to the
I
line,
usually,
whatever.
especially since he got dodge first, like I usually want a baseman to get a double or a stat up before I start taking sure hands and make a ball carrier. And like you move the guard from Quake Flush Rip Blue and put it on Mutagore, you got an awesome guard piece.
He's also got
And then Quake
4 rerolls here, so he could probably drop a reroll in terms.
His team is more than well developed enough. All his Chaos Warriors have block. Drop a reroll.
Yeah,
he's gonna be bloody.
Yeah, I mean that's 60k he could drop right off the bat. 1770 is a little high for what he has here. He does have some good skills here. They are distributed a little weirdly.
I
think he could drop.
Agree.
Yeah, I can drop Tafagor's. Definitely drop a reroll. You can trim this team a little bit. Make it a lean, sort of scary looking team.
Dropping a reroll and dropping Tafagor's trims him right down.
160k right there puts him at 1610, which is a bit more reasonable.
I'm just gonna say this.
Yeah.
I think this will be a very educational season for him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's his actual record like.
Not bad it's from the rookie league though.
The rookie league, yeah. I mean, I'm not sure why the admins dropped him right into.
Put him in 2. Yeah, because he's well developed and he's chaos. And people are scared of chaos. I don't think it's a good place to be dumped, but it's a decent team.
Yeah,
it'll be educational.
Yeah, he's got a well-developed team. We'll see if he can make good use of it. And I think there's some team management things here that can happen. I should say drop Tafagor's.
You're way nicer than me, Mike.
Whatever. I don't know this guy.
Whatever. Come at me. Throw hands, bro.
I
want to look at Spoonie's team. I don't want to look at Spoonie's team.
And then next, who's next?
Spoonie. Can't catch us. I looked at Spoonie's team a lot last season, and then he told me to stop looking at his team. If you don't mind, I'm going to take the lead on this one.
Go for it.
Okay, this is Spoonie Bar's team. Let's move on. I mean, it's not... He's developed for shit, and he knows it. He knows that his team has developed nothing yet. I mean, a few block...
This is like a season and a half worth of games.
Yeah, 22 games. 22 games, and he's developed shit. His Pestigore is cool. I mean, a movement 8 Pestigore with block? Awesome, but he doesn't get a lot of cool skills because of it. I mean, he can touchdowns, I guess.
It's gonna be a while before he gets any skill on that guy. I guess he can turn with him with 3 pushes. But it's not like he has.
I mean,
sidestep or
look at Wedge's team, who pretty much came up at the same time in the same amount of games, and tell me which one would you rather be playing as?
Yeah. Which one was Wedge's team?
Wedge's was Mainland Rotters from Div 3.
Oh yeah, from Div 3. Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, absolutely. You want the one with all the 3 strength 5 pieces, and the block. What do you have block on his beast? Yeah, it's weird that he doesn't have more development here. Let's take a look at the stats. Have he lost a bunch of players? 6 deaths. That's not a huge amount for this many games.
I know he got dice super hard against the Mainland Rotters. It was the most rage-inducing dice moment I've seen that season. Did you miss that whole thing?
Yeah, that doesn't ring a bell to me.
Oh. Yeah, no, it was a dicing. He got very upset. But, I mean, it's you want more development than that. He's going to have to lean on W55.32XD.
And that's a bunch of SPP on that player, too. I mean, this team doesn't, this team doesn't look like a 1570 team. I mean, I guess because he's got all the rerolls he needs and he's got all 4 of his Pestigores, it's sort of, Nurgle sort of gets up there pretty quickly, but at that SPP, you'd sort of.
I don't think Nurgle gets anywhere quickly.
Well, I mean, just in terms of once they actually fill out their roster, because it's hard to actually fill out all the Pestigores and all the rerolls. They end up even with a very basic team being higher than normal TV. That's
what we're seeing here.
Which I think, is definitely what's going on here. 1770. He doesn't have a lot. He doesn't have any tackle.
Where are you getting 1770 from?
Where did I get that? Am I making that up? 1570.
15. Come on now.
The last team was 1770. I'm like a beer and a half in.
All right. All right. Well,
so.
I mean, it's a base developing Nurgle team, and I know Spoony said he wanted more development. Space developing Nurgle team with a really cool Pestigore. Next.
Yeah.
Howl at the Moon. Rumblebee.
Howl at the Moon.
Hey, look! Mighty Blow. Piling on.
Oh, gross! It's a claw palm wolf. I don't like it.
Actually, he is playing his game right now as well.
Who are they up against?
He is up against Quick Run. It's Godzilla. Spicosauruses. And I know his claw palm is out.
The other team playing with Eat Man Things versus Pale Scales. Okay. So let's take a look at the team.
Claw palm werewolf. It's cool.
Claw palm wolf is gross. He went dodge before block on the werewolf.
I mean, that's fine. He's 2 SPP away.
Yeah, he's not far from getting there.
His flesh golems have probably played more than 50 games. Got some SPP in more than 15 games or whatever.
Let's see. 20
Lance
for the one and
his whites seem underdeveloped.
19 matches for the other. Yeah, let's see if this rookie is actually a newbie. Oh yeah, that's a brand new white, the one with 0.
Lotus guard.
Yeah, this is.
It's a team with a really scary werewolf.
He's got a real scary werewolf. He's got a couple of guard pieces. He doesn't have a lot of development other than that.
This is a team where I go, oh, that's some standard necro. Ooh, that's a gross werewolf. Better just focus on him and then win the game.
Yeah, that's sort of the thing. If you can take that werewolf out of play, you're gonna have a much easier time. He's got a bunch of guard, which is gonna help, especially with the werewolf, so he doesn't frenzy trap himself.
I'd like to see his whites get guard stand firm quickly.
Yeah. Needs some development. It's definitely going to be a developing season. He's going to need to skill up these whites, skill up these flesh golems, get some more skills on Luke Skywalker. But yeah. This is a niggled.
I think his Luke Skywalker's new though. I think his old one just died recently. Yeah, Luke Skywalker has one match. His
one
dodge.
Match, 14 SPP in one match. He must have got the MVP, right?
No, one match, 4 touchdowns, and 2 injuries
and a casualty.
2.
Oh, the injuries here just means armor breaks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, it would have been 16 SPP. So. 4 touchdowns in one match. That's gross. Who was he up against? Who gave him 4 touchdowns? What's this going on here? Let's take a look at the history. Old Hobart Honey Badgers. Spin match. Okay. Fair enough. I don't know who that is.
14 SPP on Luke Skywalker.
That's pretty gross.
Hey guys, I need to build out a new werewolf, so I did.
Yeah.
So, I mean, with that going, he'll develop his werewolves quickly, and then it'll be interesting.
Yeah. 4-3 that match. That's a high scoring match for a necro.
Quick! Somebody go cast Hobarts versus Howl at the Moon. It's a spin match. Go.
Is it still in the... It's probably not still in the... on the server. No, the replay's gone.
Alright. Howl at the Moon. Tyranny of Kyros was in the running last season. Almost pulled it out. Was really strong in Div 3. I think he was Div 3 with Trunk. He was fighting for one of the spots.
I've got a couple of beat-up players. He's got... What's this catcher? Is this just a miss next game?
Gadget Thrower has been niggled for a while.
Yeah. 2 throwers.
I think, I bet you my guess is the other thrower is there to develop because
He's not. He thinks
Fate Binder.
Fate Binder's not gonna last too long.
That'd be my guess.
Yeah.
Blitzers are kind of underdeveloped. I mean, one of them's got blodge, sidestep, tackle, but
Yeah, not
the
a
other
lot of
one's
them.
just
Let's see what. 1350 though. They're gonna be getting a lot of SPP, or not a lot of SPP. A lot of
inducements.
Yeah, a lot of inducements here. So, he's got a couple of developed players. He's gonna be getting inducements. I mean, it's hard to say one way or the other how it's gonna go. Who's he actually up against in week 1? What's the name of the team again? Tyranny of Kyros against Tadpoles in the Big City. He's up against Lizardmen. We'll take a look at that Lizardmen in a minute, but
I mean, that's not a bad matchup for High Elves.
Yeah, he's got some tackle. He's got a lot of dodge. He's got some agility. He's got some wrestle. Yeah. Could go either way. So, well, I guess we'll see when we get to Tadpoles. But
hopefully, Fate Binder lives long enough that Lantry can get to where he needs him to be.
Yeah. Should we take a look at quick run at Godzilla?
Quick Run as Godzilla is playing right now against Necro team.
It's Necro. It's that scary Necro team. Alright, so we've got 1810 Lizardmen. So that's pretty high. He's got
well-developed Sauruses.
Yeah, he's got quite a lot of development here.
He's got better developed Sauruses than you do.
Oh, my Sauruses never lived long enough to get developed. Although, I mean, last season.
Everybody's got block. 2 have guard. 1 has break tackle, mighty blow.
He's got a block Sigor. Block Sigor is...
Yeah, I mean, this is a better team than yours.
Well, you know.
I'm just giving you shit. It's nice. I like, this is like, when I think like lizard team, this is a lizard team with a few twists. That's great. Blodge, diving tackle, sidestep skink is super annoying. Zilla Jr.
Yeah, that's another one it's an odd choice. So you don't usually see diving tackle put on a skink that has a double or a stat. But it is, blodge step diving tackle is super obnoxious. So,
but then he has catch as well, which seems weird to me. But then that's the weird part is he started with catch.
Yeah, starting
which
with
is cool.
Catch makes sense. Catch
and then he gets blodge.
Yeah, which was perfect. I'd put catch on, and I have put catch on a skink that gets blocked because then that's your ball carrier.
You pass the ball off to him, right? Yeah.
Or hand off.
And then sidestep.
Passing.
Yeah. Now he's a great ball carrier, and then you put diving tackle on him. It seems unnecessary to me.
Yeah, I probably would have put sure feet here, maybe even sprint just for one turning, but it is an odd choice because it makes it's gonna shorten the lifespan of this piece that's very valuable with having the double on him. But a blodge step diving tackle is super useful for defense. It's extremely useful, just because you mark them or put them in the way of an elf or something, they're not blitzing him off. They could try and hit him, but unless they get a POW, he's gonna be, he's gonna be marking the piece that needs to get through. So you're not gonna get rid of that diving tackle very easily. Even more so than with Iris here, who's diving tackle sidestep, which is more standard. At least he can be gotten rid of with a both down, whereas you need a POW or to have tackle to get rid of Zilla Jr. If he's in the way. But he is sort of a dual-purpose skink here, whereas I think it might have made more sense to specialize him more into your ball carrier. Give him maybe sure feet, maybe sprint. Can make
I agree.
One turner. Although, maybe if he got that after he got the movement 9, then maybe he's going to try and make Clover into a one turner. But it's so hard with just movement 9. I feel like sidestep is actually a little even in some ways more useful than extra movement 9. Yeah, the extra movement in terms of just making either to set up the one turn. But if you can keep him alive and get some skills on him.
Did I ever show you my
a lot of one-turn?
Did I ever show you my natty one-turner skink?
Would you have two movements and a
Sprint?
Yep. Ugh. That's a dream.
It's a good team though. I like his team.
Yeah, well developed. What are they at? 1810. The bit high. It's not too much bloat here. I think if Iris picks up another skill and it's not a double, you probably cycle him. You could drop a skink, but at this TV level, and most of it being on the source, you probably don't need to. This is probably the point where you do want to have 5 skinks. So yeah, it's well developed. It's not particularly bloaty. That's the thing with Lizardmen, is that you always end up getting so much SPP on the skinks compared to the source that you end up sort of bloaty. But most of these skills are useful.
I cycle skinks really hard, but his source are now where he wants them.
Exactly. Yeah.
You can just let it go.
Yeah. Once you have a big chunk of that SPP and a bunch of those skills on the source, you don't have to worry about it being sort of unbalanced and having most of your skills and SPP on the skink side. So he can get away with having 5 skinks. And yeah, that's going to be a pain to deal with all that diving tackle, especially with them having sidesteps.
You're in the theorycraft mode hard right now.
You want me to talk Lizardmen? I'll talk Lizardmen.
I know, we need to watch you on Lizardmen. It's a great team. I think he's going to have a good season.
I'm jealous of his block score. Oh, I do think it is odd that he went stand firm and break tackle. Usually you see guard and then one or the other, but
I would like to see break tackle guard. I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying. I also think I would like to see.
I mean, having just a block score is so useful.
I would like to see standing firm on his frenzy piece too, over Mighty Blow. But he got the Mighty Blow first, so
yeah.
Whatever. All right. He's also one of the highest TV teams in this. He is the highest TV team in this division.
Yeah.
But I think it's not an issue of bloat. It's an issue of my team just developed really well.
Yeah, he's got development. The catch, maybe one of the tackle on Villa.
We know about the skink.
Yeah. It's not really bloat, really. So
nah. It's just a weird choice.
Yeah, it's not like he's got a bunch of like skinks that have gotten up to level 4 without doubles or something on them. They're all pretty useful. So, yeah, it's 1810, but I don't know that I would cut anything here. So,
agreed.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about cheese tactics.
Cheese tactics, Mark II. So this has got to be a Skaven team, right? No. Why do they have cheese in the name when they're not Skaven?
Welcome to my personal hell, Mike, from last season. Welcome to my goddamn nightmare. Last season,
why do they have
Cheese's
Pro
team
on a
was. Hold on. Let me tell you some stories. Last season, in the division, I believe it was 3, was Cheese Tactics Mark II, the Orc team, and the Cheesemakers Guild, the Dwarf team.
That's not right.
And God knows Cheese will be like, I'll watch the recap. You didn't talk about my team. You want me to piss you off more? Mike, look, he misspelled his goddamn troll's name. It'll eat you inside. It'll eat you inside.
Nah, it's a Merkin. Merkin cheese.
Merkin cheese.
Merkin cheese.
Yeah, no. So this is cheese tactics. I'll let you just soak it all in. The Goblin's cool.
Pro
Goblin.
On a Goblin?
He's got a big story about his team. He's telling a story with him. They got backstory, Mike.
I don't want to hear about the backstory. Unless it involves like the games that they were in. There's
Providence, the pro on the Goblin.
There's still no reason to put pro on a Goblin.
The less we talk about Cheese's team, the happier I'm going to be, Mike.
You get doubles on a stunty agility only.
I feel like you should have more guard. I feel like guard wins Orcs games.
Yeah,
but
lineman, 1 blitzer, 1 black orc. Yeah, he needs some skills on these black orcs. They're definitely underdeveloped compared to everything
Canadian
else.
Cheddar's cool. Canadian Changer's real cool.
Yeah, movement and tackle Palmer is definitely dangerous. The Lodge Firm guard piece, be better if that was on a Black Orc instead of a Blitzer, but it's still going to be a pain in the ass for people to deal with.
Still a Blodge Firm.
Yeah, Lodge Firm is fantastic, especially with guard. If you can roll another double and get diving tackle on there, it's going to be... I fucking love Lodge Firm diving tackle, it's great. Frenzy is the first skill on Swiss 2, I don't know
It's
about.
fine. I usually have one for Blitzer. Yeah. Frenzy tackle. But, yeah, do you want to talk more about Cheese's team? Because I never want to talk about Cheese's team. Because Cheese will bother me that I didn't talk about his team.
He only has one lineman.
And his thrower is about as developed as a thrower can be without getting anything cool. I honestly wish you'd get rid of that thing. But I mean, kickoff return, accurate, block.
It's weird that it's weird that block was last. Usually I go block first, but whatever.
I wish he wants to throw it. I guess he's elf team. I think the order for his skills is a little weird backwards. I feel like that's what it is. I feel like if you completely swapped his skills around and he went block, kickoff return, accurate, that would have been better. But it's there now. Yeah. We don't need to worry about how he got here. We just need to worry about how it is.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what?
He's got the block troll. That's good. That's good to have.
Fuck it. I'm gonna bounty American. That name. American. I don't want to talk about it.
Just because you're triggered by the misspelling of the name there.
I know he doesn't like it. You know he misspelled it.
Ah.
He shouldn't
tell people that. He should pretend like he was trying to be funny and make American cheese.
American cheese. Anyways, I'm moving on.
Get the ref or cancel.
I do love that you walked right into the fact like it should be a Skaven team, and it's not.
Yeah.
Wow, there's a lot of lizards in this division.
There are.
We're moving to the north.
New York North.
Teasing people.
New York North. So they're right now playing somebody, right?
Are they?
Yeah, wasn't they the team that we're just currently playing?
No, no. The Necro and the Run Guns. Yeah. You talked about them because they're playing somebody at some point.
Yeah.
They're playing. Yeah, they're playing the Chaos team. So we're gonna have to see how it goes.
Right.
There we go. Yeah, this is wow. Okay.
1740
armor value
for a North to get that high.
The AV9 Yeti.
That's weird.
No, I'm gonna say this. I am against armor value on everybody. I'm actually kind of okay with it on the Yeti.
I don't like the Yeti. I know people love the Yeti. For 140k for a 5518 stat line without 6 skull or regeneration, it's just so overpriced.
And it's not like the Minotaur that gets access to mutations on everything.
Yeah, exactly. And Claw is not as good as Mighty Blow for against most of your opponents. He's just over. Like, it's not a bad piece, and he can get better, but he's so overpriced for what he is.
I'm just saying I don't need the armor value on the Yeti.
Yeah, and armor value sort of fixes one of the problems with it, but it adds another 30 TV to him. It just makes him more overpriced. Not to mention makes his next skill further away.
It's not that far away. Or a Mighty Blow claw piece.
Yeah, I mean he's gonna be getting plenty of casualties, so that's probably true. So I guess I don't hate
Lodge guard Ulfwarner. Ooh,
yeah.
ooh. Tackle strength shadowing lineman.
Shadowing?
I believe that's what that is. Tackle plus strength shadowing lineman.
Why shadowing?
Mike's gonna have an aneurysm, everybody.
I don't understand. I don't get it.
Do you like the lineman with sure hands and kickoff return?
I like it better than North Thrower.
Huh?
No.
Huh?
No. Wait.
Do you like the guard dirty player
piece? He's got Dauntless too. That's weird. Where did this
The Dauntless.
Where did this team come out of?
I bet you it came from the Rookie League.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Did it? Did it?
It does. Yeah.
What the hell are you teaching them, Squiggy?
Well, the Rookie League. I mean, Rookie League. They play around with different skills and stuff, and they don't. You know.
I'm gonna. So he's playing one of his Rookie League friends for the first. Is
it the 2 Rookie League teams against the first match?
Yeah.
There you go.
They've never played each other before. No, they have played each other before. They have played each other before, and it was 0-1 for the Norse team.
With a death on the Chaos team.
Fun fact. Quick run, it's Godzilla who's playing a game right now. It's also from the Rookie League, it looks like, because he has also played this team. Wow, Div 2 getting all the rookies. Well, I'm just going to say Quick Run, it's Godzilla is probably the best build out of the...
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that. That was a good looking...
Whoever was teaching Spicosaurus, kudos to you, sir.
Frenzy on the lineman. What's this TV at? 1740. Well, I mean, even REL.
Shadowing.
Even REL is going to get trimmed and rebuilt. He's going to get some experience and some education out of that. A lot of these players are not going to survive this season.
Spicosaurus did not have a mentor. Did it on his own. Huh. Look at that plus strength shadowing piece. Look at it. And the armor value. I'm blaming this on Squiggy. You can place everything on Squiggy's head. I bet you Squiggly personally helped him pick out shadowing and plus armor.
Oh, that's a oh. The dirty player ended up with guard, which I guess you gotta take.
I mentioned that earlier.
I mean, I guess you gotta when you get the double, you gotta give it guard, but for it to be on dirty player is like.
At least it wasn't as bad as Shooty's plus strength dirty player.
Yeah,
that was shitty.
It's like, well, I hope I get a bribe, or else this dirty player's skill is just gonna be wasted.
Pretty much.
Yeah, Div 2, a lot of weird teams.
Div 2, 3 rookies. That seems weird.
Yeah, it seems weird that a lot of rookies got dumped right into Div 2.
I would have liked to see some of the Div 3 guys play up in Div 2 and
were
the
the
rookies.
admins just going on TV?
I think it's a mix of TV and how well they did in the Rookie League, and there's a formula.
Actually, okay, here you go. Take a look at the stats here.
No, he's got a great record.
19-7-1. So, team building, I think he's got a lot to learn, but he clearly knows how to play the game because that's a hell of a.
I mean, but you also have to look at the level of competition that they're playing at.
Still, you don't go 19-7-1.
No. I'm not saying he's bad.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I don't know if Div 2 is the toss him right into the freaking fire. But, educational. The season will be educational.
Yeah.
And I think he'll do decent. I mean, there's some weird choices, like the shadowing, and I mean, the guard's a tough choice, but you have to kind of take it.
Yeah, that's one.
And,
I don't know about this Dauntless, sure hands.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's
you might as well take the thrower at that point. Dauntless doesn't make any sense there at all to me. Considering you can get.
Fend would have been better.
Yeah. And that tackle frenzy lineman is just fire that guy. like Norse. Like the thing with Norse is that like you almost don't want to skill up the lineman. Like there's very little they can take that adds much value to them.
It's not like you need more frenzy.
Yeah, I mean
this is the one team where you're not.
You don't. Yeah, you got built-in frenzy. You get 2 skills on a lineman. And you don't get doubles.
You fire.
Yeah, you fire. Like there's not a lot you can add to a 50 piece with that already starts with block. That actually
Div 2. REL Div 2, do your duty. Trim up some of the New Year Norse team and help him learn team building because he's got the skills. Otherwise, it looks like.
Yeah,
There you go.
he's 1740 now, but that's minus 1,300, 130k worth of all foreigner who's missing. So he's actually at 1870.
He could easily cut the lineman, which is 90. He could cut
I'd cut the frenzy lineman, and I'd cut the sure hands kickoff return guy.
Yeah, that's right there is a ton. The shadowing.
200k right there.
The shadowing. Plus strength lineman is so nice. I mean, block, tackle, plus strength. Shadowing.
Weird.
It's I mean, we'll see how he plays. I'm excited. I'm interested in this, seeing how it goes for him. Yeah. I gotta remember that Cenobite, the New Year Norse, and Spicosaurus' team are all rookie league teams because I want to see how they do. I don't want to really see how their season goes.
Yeah, no, this will be interesting to watch. He's got a hell of a record, so.
All right, Pale Scales. You know. Pale Scales. Jimmy Jam.
Yeah, so Pale Scales is one of the teams I covered last season, and also.
No, was it?
No, was he not?
No, it wasn't. It was my team that I covered.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. No, but I did play him in the playoffs.
Yeah, you settle down there, Mike.
I know it sounded familiar for some reason.
Let me talk to you about Pale Scales, my friend.
You tell me about Pale Scales.
Pale Scales is a delightful team. First of all, he's about to win his first match against, spoiler alert, against Ninja Pirate Robo. But Pale Scales could not develop sources to save his goddamn life this season. He had the one movement. The movement busted Saurus was already up to almost stand firm before he started getting block on the rest of his Saurus. But even with underdeveloped Saurus, he's just been doing great. And now his Saurus all have block. So now he's got block Sauruses, he's got 2+ strength skinks, he's got a blodge skink, he's got a really good team. And honestly, he, much like you, Mike, he did a lot with a little, and I think that bodes well for him this season. Yeah,
I mean, I was pretty glad to be facing him instead of the scary looking Brett team that he beat in round 1. And it ended up being a lot closer than I expected it to be. I think I made a couple of misplays, but he took advantage of them perfectly. Definitely knows what he's doing on the pitch. I do think that he's got a little bit too much TV weighted towards his skink. I think he at the TV he's at with the source development he's at, he could probably trim a skink.
I'd probably trim the strength sidestep movement busted skink.
Yeah, it's hard,
but I mean,
it's hard to trim.
But I mean,
a plus strength player. But plus,
who else are you gonna trim?
Doesn't. I mean, just the rookie, and that, or at least, the rookie until old Maltz gets an extra skill, and if it's not a double or a stat.
I mean, he just gets to out push everybody. Because usually the issue is I have a bunch of strength 4, but then I have a bunch of useless strength 2. Now he's got 2 strength 3s as well. He's barely carrying any strength 2 players. Kudos to him. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I mean, but there's still AV7 and Stunty.
He's like the spiritual successor to your team.
I mean, this
you guys are very similar.
Anything like my team.
No, but you're both always missing out on development and doing well.
Yeah. I mean, it's what you got to do with Lizard. I don't agree with break tackle here, but
where? On the block source?
Yeah.
I think he needs it. I think he needs bike tackle on some of them.
Yeah, but I think it's a later skill to take. I think you need more. I mean, I've been through this whole rant, but I think you need more
tackle.
Yeah, you need more fundamentals. You need more guard. You need more tackle. You need more mighty blow before you can start thinking about break tackle. It's super useful. I'm not gonna lie, but like just sort of figuring out how you can free your source up with each other and
real quick,
position
Mike.
properly.
How much are you gonna theory craft this team so I can go get some water?
I am done.
Well, the next one you can theory craft them while I go get water.
All right.
There's another.
All right, I'll talk about the next one. We got more lizards.
Tadpoles in the big city. It's 130's team.
So this one I did cover last season.
Yes, you did it.
Yeah.
130's a cool dude. What happened to that source? The mighty blowing. Miss next game. Just a miss next game. Okay. And the skink. Niggled.
Fire.
Which, I mean, happens. Yeah, fire. Get rid of him. You'll get another diving tackle
Fire
skin.
him. Yeah, he's got nothing. It's just bloat. What are we at here? We are at 1520, missing a Saurus and a Skink. Means that Data's fired. Like, yeah. I would not keep that Skink.
Yeah, you fire.
There's another one that got catch and then ended up getting block, which it ended up working out well. But I would always wait to see who gets blocked and then give that guy catch. But you lucked out.
He's got another diving tackle.
Diving tackle
Two
before
lodges.
even block. And
I'm cool with that. I get diving tackle before block on my skinks. Sometimes you just need a diving tackle skink.
Saurus, you mean?
Oh, you said diving tackle, not break tackle.
I meant break tackle.
Yeah, but you said diving tackle, so I was looking at Ralphie.
Yeah.
So I know what you mean now, but it's not what you said.
It's not.
But yeah, I don't agree. I don't agree with break tackle before any other skills.
Yeah.
I think block is like your first skill on every Saurus,
basically.
except from Mighty Blow is fine, I guess.
Yeah, and if you've got block on almost everybody else, you might take a guard or a Mighty Blow before, but definitely not break tackle. And I've never been a huge fan of piling on a Saurus. Yeah, you go get water. I'm gonna ramble for a while. Piling on, I always feel like Saurus want to be standing. Like I said earlier, I think it's Lizardmen are more of a control team than they are a bash team. And in order to control the pitch and really keep your opponents, where you want them to be, you need all those Strength 4 Armor 9 Saurus on their feet. So piling on is not something I'd normally take. Block Sigor is fantastic. Grab is not a... I mean, I guess it makes sense after block, because it lets you keep anything you hit in your... lets you, like, keep a bunch of players stuck to your prehensile tail without having to worry about, taking a hit on one and then having to pick between the one you're already stuck to or following up to the one you hit. You can just end up with a pile of dudes stuck to your Croxigor. So that's good stuff. 2 block skinks. What's the TV here? 1520. It's another one I think that probably doesn't need 5 skinks yet. But I might wait until... Oh no, well, yeah, Data's niggled, so that's solved. that should be fired. So if you're back, I can stop rambling.
What's the final consensus on this team?
130 is a good coach. There's a couple of weird decisions here, but not everyone plays exactly the way I play, and that's not a bad thing. I like Grab. Grab's a weird, sort of an abnormal choice, but after block, it sort of does make sense. So you can keep the opponent stuck to that prehensile tail a little bit more easily.
I've taken Grab a couple times on my Crocs, and I just never really found it super useful.
I think on a block Sigor it makes more sense because you're gonna want.
I have Grab on a Blodgigor.
That's gross.
Should have taken stand firm.
No, if he's got dodge, you give him break tackle.
He has Blodge and guard. Would have made him the greatest.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Blodge firm's also fantastic. So that's like not really any wrong way to go there.
There's no wrong way to eat a Croxigor. Alright.
Sure.
To the schedule.
All right.
Jimmy Jam is pretty much sealed up this game against Ninja for his first round, so that'd be Pale's guess. I have no idea how Rumble's doing in his game. But anything really big jumping out at you for the first run?
So we've got yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see the two rookie league teams playing each other.
I'm excited to see them play non-rookie league teams.
Yeah, can't catch us.
That is Spoonie's Nurgle team with the double movement Pestigore.
Yeah, so Nurgle versus
Developed Orcs isn't great.
Orcs should be a good match.
It won't be.
Howl at the Moon is...
The issue with Spoonie's team versus Orc is Orc, you're like, I got Claw, this is going to be great, but he doesn't have Claw yet because he's not super developed. So it's going to be really hard because the Orcs can outbash him because they have more guard and they have more block.
Yeah. That's going to be rough. If foul appearance comes into play, a couple of some key points that could make a big difference. That Orc team seemed to be big on throwing, right?
They had one built
game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
the pass, which isn't going to happen against
against the Nurgle team.
I mean, it shouldn't be happening already as an Orc team, but it isn't going to happen against a Nurgle team as an Orc team.
Yeah. Let's see. Howl at the Moon was playing Quick Run is Godzilla. That could be an interesting one. Yeah, I don't know. Not super familiar enough with all these teams yet to really say what's going to be interesting for week 1.
Week 1 I would have said Pale Scales versus Eat Man Things, but that's being wrapped up right now. And honestly, I think Pale Scales played it really well, like I knew he would. So, predictions for this. What are you feeling? What's in your heart? Who's going to do well?
Take another quick look at some of these teams.
While you do that, I'm going to say Pale Scales takes first.
Yeah,
and then I think
last season, just giving me a run for my money in round 2 of the.
I think he wins the division this season and goes into playoffs again. And I think Tierney, Kyros, and Howl at the Moon fight for playoffs as well.
Yeah, Tierney's in a good spot. All the Skaven teams are pretty beat up, right? Are there any of them that are well developed?
No, they're all pretty beat. Well, Eat Man Things is probably the most well developed, and he's got that really gross one-turner. But we'll see how he's doing. I think he's just only one missed next game, and the rest are badly hurts in his current game. So Eat Man Things is probably the best developed Skaven. Yeah. I'm also interested in Quick Run It's Godzilla this season.
Yeah, that's where did they go? Run It's Godzilla. Yeah, I mean that's definitely a very well developed lizard team. So I'm not familiar with the coach, but that's why it's pretty solid. So yeah,
Pale Scales just ended with a Source touchdown.
Nice.
Yeah.
So not knowing much about the coaches involved, I'd say Quick Run It's Godzilla's got a fantastic looking team that's going to go pretty far here. I think that would probably be my choice. I know Pale Scales is a good coach. Jimmy Jam. So I don't know. This is maybe just me being lizards. There's a lot of lizards here. Yeah, I don't know.
Pale Scales just leveled up his Crocs too in this game.
Jeez. So yeah, maybe leaning a bit more towards Pale Scales with that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's now got. Let's see what happened here. He's got
Pale Scales
4 levels up after that game.
Yeah. Now he's developing. He was scary before he developed. Now he's developing.
Okay.
They're evolving, Mike.
So,
they're learning from us.
So that's a bit more.
They're evolving.
Bit more. Who was he playing?
He was playing the only well-developed Skaven.
How do they look now?
They look fine. They only had one miss next game. They look the same, just minus a line rat and a gutter runner, I guess. The gutter runner just got
swapped out the
missed next game.
Yeah, they had a 2 heads mixed next game, and now they swapped out for the other one. So
All right, let's get going. We've been doing this forever. Come on.
Let's move it along to Div 1.
You are the slowest man.
Man, well, we gotta go through every team. This is a preseason.
You would make a great grandfather.
Let me tell you about the time that I played the Pale Scales in the playoffs in season 5.
Back in my day, we played football, but not out on the grass. No, computer with elves and orcs in bikinis. Grandpa, you're being weird again. My favorite was the scaly ones.
I like them skinks. You can grease them up and slide them in between everything. Ooh, man. All right. Let's go to Div 1. All right.
Super Bowl champion is up first. Pastry Pass. This is my fucking jam. Talk about teams we know.
Yeah, so we obviously know these teams.
I mean, it's one of the most well-developed Skaven teams in the league, if they're not the most developed Skaven team in the league. He protects his pieces. He is going to cycle some, though. Navolian he's keeping. I want to say Meringue's getting cycled. He just kept Meringue for the playoffs, is what I remember correctly.
You think so? I mean, he's only 5 SVP away from picking up another level.
If I remember... Yes. Hold on, let me check. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure.
Is it coming from Lumi on this?
I believe so. I'm gonna check. Just double check. I remember him saying he was just keeping him for playoffs. But it's like the most developed team. He's a Super Bowl champion. He's the robot. What are you gonna say about Lumi? He's gonna have a great season.
Yeah.
The thing about REL 1 is REL 1 has always had really consistent coaches. Kool-Aid is one of the most careful and consistent coaches out there, plays a completely different Chaos game. Lumi's super consistent. Like, I don't have any doubt Lumi will be in playoffs again.
Yeah. Let's see what the schedule looks like for Lumi. Who's he up against first?
Hey, dwarves first. He's got the Bashy Dwarves, the ones on the Mighty Blow. Because there's 2 dwarf teams.
No!
What?
I don't know why I was so happy last season we didn't have any dwarves to face.
There's 2 dwarf teams, and they're very standard built dwarf teams. I was looking at them all last season, but they did it completely opposite. One dwarf team, Refrigerated Raiders, went Mighty Blow, Mighty Blow, Mighty Blow, Mighty Blow, Mighty Blow, Guard, 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 as the second one, right? So they have more Mighty Blow than Guard.
Yeah.
The other one, which was the Booze Cruise, went Guard, 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 Mighty Blow, Mighty Blow, Mighty Blow, Mighty Blow, Mighty Blow.
Yeah.
And I honestly think the Booze Cruise is the better team. The Booze Cruise is the Guard one first, because I think they have a lot of stand firm dudes, but I'd have to look.
Alright, well, we'll get to them as we go through. So yeah, I mean, we know Pastry Pass. They were not much more to say about them. Maybe cycling a Meringue. He's probably going to hold on to Navolian, even with the AV bust.
Yeah, the Navolian staying. That he said.
Candy Pecan's probably going to cycle when he can afford it.
Which one's that?
Not doing great on money. The Armor Buster Kicker.
Oh, yeah, probably. Though he's had him for a while. I mean, keep your kicker.
I don't think he's had that Armor Bust for a while, though.
No. Probably, though. He said maybe I haven't decided yet. I thought he was, and then he doesn't know. On Meringue. Okay. Men in Tights.
Men in Tights.
Slightly bent. Had a great season last season. Has a great elf team. I voted wrong. I voted for Treat Kundo last season. I'm like, Treat Kundo, elf team to watch in Div 2. Men in Tights surprised the hell out of me, so...
The Block Tree, you get the Strengths Up War Dancer. Gross.
The Strong Arm Thrower.
Gross. AG
Yeah.
Gross.
He relies on Mo a lot, and he knows how to do it.
Pieces. I don't like this. Don't like it. I don't like it.
Yeah, it's a really nice Wood Elf team. It's super well developed. He's very healthy. I think does he even have a bench?
I don't. No.
No, he's okay.
He's
but one's missed next game, whatever. But it's a great elf team. It's a great elf team. And you know what happens to great elf teams in REL 1?
REL 1, they get ground through the wood chipper.
I do think that he's going to get his team ground up a little bit more than it did in REL 2, but I think he's going to do really well. So, that's mine. It's a great team. I mean, you look at Wood Elves and you're like, man, that's got everything I want. It's got a great thrower. It's got an amazing Star War dancer.
Yeah.
I got a block tree, and I got some guard.
Yeah.
And the Agi catcher.
Yeah. It's with Leap and yeah.
It's somebody who made a wish list. Like, what do you want on your elf team? I want all this. And they're like, okay, here you go, slightly bent.
Yeah.
All right.
That's gross.
Let's look at the lizard.
I'm up next.
Yeah!
Yeah.
USS Sulaco. Fun fact. All of the characters in Alien were written as unisex characters. And they didn't have a sex until they were casted.
For the first one, yeah. All these characters are from the second one.
Well, yes, I know.
Yeah.
The better one.
I think Alien's the better movie. Aliens is more fun, though.
Yes, I would agree with you on that. Alien is a great suspenseful movie. It was well done. Aliens is more fun to watch.
Yeah.
I'll go back and rewatch Aliens. I'm going to go back and rewatch Alien. I think the last time I rewatched Alien was for a college course.
It's good. I don't know. Hey, if you get a chance to see it on the big screen, like I said, it's actually kind of gorgeous. But we're not here to talk about Alien, so let's not.
We're here to talk about the what'd you make it up to? Quarterfinals?
Quarterfinals, yeah.
The quarterfinals lizard team.
Yeah.
Who's the useless one? Hicks or Hudson?
Hicks.
Didn't Hudson have a skill and then had to get rehired?
No. Drake did. Drake got killed.
Okay.
Drake died in the quarterfinals with 14 SPP on him.
Okay, thank you.
Which is a bummer.
Vasquez has turned into a beast.
Yeah, I love that blood firm guard.
Frost is holding on.
Frost is still here. It's hard to, he's niggled, but he's also armor 9 blodge, so, niggle on a blodge armor 9.
It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, strength 4, blodge armor 9.
I know it doesn't matter because I hit him a crap ton last.
Oh, you'll get a shot at him this week.
And no opponent to get in my way.
Yeah, Apon's out for a game. He just makes next game. Bishop, I'm probably going to be taking. I'm almost certainly taking diving tackle. I've missed having diving tackle since early last season, when my diving tackle skink died, and then I just could not keep a.
And you sold one, didn't you? Spunkmeyer had diving tackle.
Yeah, so at the very beginning of the season, I had 2 of them, and I sold one so that I could replace Hicks, who had gotten a niggling injury, because I wanted to replace him before the week 1, when I was sure that he would just earn all the SPP with his niggling injury.
I'm super sad that I don't get a chance to kill your Crocs again.
Yeah, he's safe for now.
But I'm also super excited that you don't have a Crocs.
Yeah, so Frost is going to be a little bit more exposed.
I just want you to know I'm going to try and murder your team.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're playing Chaos, and we're facing off against each other. That's sort of what I assume.
You're what I build Claw for.
Yeah.
And now I have Tackle.
I could probably drop a Skink at this point, one of the rookies. Probably better to keep the bench. Take a look at what the TV gap looks like. If it's gonna make.
I don't think it's too bad. For our game, you're gonna get 260 or something.
Yeah, that's the other thing is that for the next game, if I drop a skink, I'm just getting a loader skink in its place. So there's no point in that.
Yeah. I like your team. I think this might be the season for you to develop Sores if you can get past me, Lumi, and Horny Cricket's Claw Palmers.
Yeah, I mean, the last season I didn't have too much in the way of Saurus attrition. It was just season 4 where I couldn't keep Saurus alive to save my life. I just couldn't develop them very much last season. I mean,
and now
Frost actually developed really quickly. As soon as I got a Mighty Blow, he then picked up
break tackle,
and then like dodge. He got like 3 games later.
Plus, half your all your leveled Sauruses are blodge, so they're gonna survive well.
Yeah, I've got
So,
half of my sources do have blobs. So that's pretty good.
I mean, it's going to be a fight for playoffs again, as always in REL 1. But
yeah, and
you got to get a shot for
Pharaoh's gonna die next game. As I always say,
it. Pharaoh's never going to die.
I'm always prepared. I'm always expecting him. Every game is supposed to be his last. I'm flabbergasted that he survived this long. He is only 32 SPP away from making legend, though. But because I've said that out loud, he's absolutely going to die in our match. So there you go. Crow's useful. Crow is more useful having Pharaoh around. Because
I like Crow.
Pharaoh retrieves and then passes to Crow is basically how that goes.
I think Crow pulls more weight than Pharaoh does on your team.
Pharaoh is primarily a retriever and a one-turner. He doesn't
I feel like
do
Crow pulls more weight.
Yeah, well, yeah, because Pharaoh doesn't do a lot on offense. He's entirely like he hangs back, trying to be safe so that he can retrieve the ball when it gets dropped. When he's on defense, and then he goes for the one turn. When I'm on offense, he picks up the ball and hands it to Crow. It's kind of a waste of a 200 TV player. So yeah, if I lose him, I'm gonna be sad that I don't have an AV5 skink. I'm not gonna be, it's gonna be a bummer to be down an AV5 skink. But trimming 200 TV is not going to be the worst thing in the world either. So hopefully before I can at least get an AG, an AG up on someone else. But
we'll get to my team. I have something funny to talk about. All right, Handsome Jack's. Handsome Jack's going Ogreless this season, I think.
Yeah, after Huge died, they went through like 2 ogres, I think.
2 or 3. They went through a lot. But I mean, it's his blitzers have always, like, ever since Huge died, his blitzers just picked up and just started carrying. Jack Nicholson?
Ugh.
No. Who was the pro blitzer? Cracker Jack? He had a pro blitzer.
Yeah.
Didn't he? He got busted up. He did. He did.
So just this past season, then. Cracker Jack's new as of early last season. It looks like.
What happened? No, there's got to be a different one. I swear.
Well, he's the one with the least amount of skills. Let's see. I mean, unless these guys have just skilled up real quick. 26 on Javen Jack.
Maybe I'm just. I don't know. Anyways, it's a human team carried by ridiculous blitzers.
Yeah.
I like it. I like his team a lot. I like Jackie Chan. Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, movement, strength, catcher. Can't go wrong with that.
I think he needs more linemen, so he has bodies.
He needs some bodies on the pitch.
Because the problem is, when you have nothing but valuable pieces, what do you protect with?
Yeah, he doesn't even have a full 11-man roster right now, so...
Yeah, who goes... He can pick up... He can pick up another lineman right now.
Yeah. Or he could be... maybe holding out to pick up another catcher. Well, a human catcher, they start at 70, though, right? Or are they 90? These are 3 normal skills. So that's 60. Yeah, it's 70.
70.
So we could pick up another catcher.
I think you could pick up another lineman. Well, I mean, yeah.
Lineman might be better. I don't know.
Because if he picks up another catcher right now, somebody's going to have to go on the line with the 2 linemen.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And his first game is against Yeti to party.
Yeah.
So.
Although there's also a bummer, he's going to have to put his kicker on the line too, if he wants to put lineman. So yeah, he needs some more players, one way or the other.
No ogre means he needs more linemen because you want to be able to foul as well.
Yeah.
Maybe he will live long enough to get it. I don't know. Sam's a great coach.
Yeah. That is true.
I like his team. It's a fun team.
1590 is pretty trim for what he's got, although that's minus. It's more like 1640.
Still pretty trim for what he's got.
Yeah, for what he's got, for all the stat ups that he's got.
It's because he's not carrying an ogre.
Yeah.
He's not full on catchers either.
Yeah, and he's using a leader instead of a reroll. That saves a bit of TV.
It's good.
So.
It's a good value team.
Yeah. Yeah, for what he's got, he's definitely got pretty trim TV. So.
All right, Yeti the party.
Yeti
I don't really know if we need to talk about him. He doesn't really deserve to be here. He lost his ace.
Oh, he lost to that guy. Ugh.
Soul, great coach.
Yeah.
His team was super bare bones last season.
Yeah, he's picked up some development. Well,
I mean,
his Zerkers were not quite as developed as they are now.
But his season before that, it was even worse. He had inducements every game. Last season, it was kind of bad. And now this season, he's kind of developed to a point. Gurr's movement bust hurts so much. There's been so many games where I'm like, if Gurr had one more movement.
Yeah.
Diving tackle on Yahoo was a pickup just for playoffs, and it's an interesting one.
It is a little odd. Doesn't really. I mean, I guess it does sort of synergize with the jump up. But
The blodge sidestep.
and, he already had side. Well, he doesn't have dodge.
Oh yeah.
It's weird. It's weird. He rolled 2 doubles on him. He's got 2 agility skills, and neither one's dodge. But
I would have taken dodge, but he needed the. I can't even argue because I told him to get the diving tackle as well. I agreed with him because he really needed it for playoffs, and that's what we're all playing for. So if you pick something specifically for playoffs, I mean, I'm not gonna fault you.
yeah, no, yeah, you gotta go for that championship. Of course, the block Yeti's a big pain in the ass.
He needs to cycle haha soon. He needs to get
6 of his name. How many freaking brand new version of
RAR dies all the time.
Yeah.
RAR dies all the time, and Roar 2 doesn't get any SPP.
He's like the Hicks from my team. Get that.
I really wish he hadn't taken diving tackle on Hee because I'd really like to see Hee start building to replace haha and then cycle haha for a new runner.
Yeah, these are all just regular skills that he's niggled, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean that's.
But I wouldn't get rid of him until you have another one built up in Div 1.
Yeah.
So that's my only thought. But diving tackle, I mean, and he doesn't really have the money to replace either right now either. So I don't know.
Yeah, and that's the sort of when the player that developed with a niggling injury, it's not so much a should I cycle him. It's more of a I need to have a
be prepared.
Yeah, be prepared for him not to come back. He is only 5 SPP away from another skill though.
I gotta sing "Be Prepared" from The Lion King.
Hakuna Matata.
Nope. Anyways, I feel like
Circle of
he had to. Yeah, no, still no. I feel like he had to make a lot of short-term choices for playoffs, and they're not really good long-term choices for the season. So we'll see how he does.
Let's see who is he up against first.
Sam. He's against the Jacks. Sam, I already said that.
So I mean that other extra diving tackle could help with those catchers and those extra agility.
Yeah.
Users,
But he's gonna take a beating from the mighty blow.
Yeah. Well, he can give a beating too. He's got plenty of mighty blow of his own, and and the claw mighty blow Yeti with blocks. So, yeah, see how it goes. He's definitely a good coach. He's got a decent team with some odd choices on it, but useful, even if they aren't necessarily optimal in a general sense. But yeah. What is the TV at? I think it is
17 something.
17,
20.
70, 70. Yeah, good. Well, he's got 10 players, so. Okay, so let's move on. Who's this Animal Farm team? 1900.
The perennial loser of REL 1 has built. Look at this team. So happy with them right now.
They are developed and scary looking.
I mean, isn't it nice? It took me all goddamn season last season to get a Rackle piece, and I finally have one.
You do. It's not going to do much in that. Well, it might help against if Crow has the ball, I guess. Because we're playing first week, so.
Yeah, but I've got 3 tackle now, so.
Yeah, you got plenty of tackle. Mr. Whimper's a little frightening.
There's a bounty on Mr. Whimper and Moses or someone this season, if anybody wants. Mr. Whimper and Moses, I think. The killers.
Your TV's gotten up there, though.
It has. I'm okay with it, though. Like, at some point, your chaos, you have to embrace the fact that your TV is going to be up and not be trim.
Yeah.
I mean, the way I look at it is, aside from Mr. Jones and the jump up on Mr. Frederick, which actually still pays off really well, aside from those 2 pieces, everything is what I need.
Yeah.
I got my Blitzer killer, I got my Chaos Warrior killer. That's all the 2 you really need. Mr. Jones, I wish, was stand firm tackle, like Mr. Pilkington.
Yeah,
but
Stanford would be great there. He's, what, 15 points away? Yeah. He still end up with it, and then you got Stanford, you know, someone tries to hit him, and then they're just stuck there, and they're going to get a claw mighty blow to the face the next turn, so. It's not the
He'll get it.
in the world. Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't really have anybody that the old Major 5 is going for tackle, so I have 2 Rackle pieces. Deal with the elves.
Yeah.
Boxer's gonna hopefully get an Agi. If he doesn't get an Agi, he'll probably get Fend. Or Sure Hands. Depending on how much strip ball I'm facing.
Yeah. Maybe doubles, give him a sidestep.
Yeah. So, and then Snowball 4 is going to build into Block Frenzy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And one of the new Beastmen is going to get Dirty Player. Because now I have a bench to battle with again.
Yeah,
I'm excited for the season. But everybody's been like, oh, Stace, you're going to have to take care of the dwarves with all your claw. I don't play the dwarf teams until week 11 and week 13.
Why? Are you the only Chaos team we have this season?
Huh?
Are you the only Chaos team we have this season? We do have 2 Necros, so there is some Claw, and plus the North.
My schedule is literally you, and then Elf, and then Lumi, and then I think like another Elf or something. Oh no, Yeti, and then another Elf. I don't hit any of the dwarves till the end.
Who are the dwarves playing? What were they called? Oh. What are we got? Refrigerator Raiders and Booth Crews are playing. Booth Crews is up against the Shiners.
Both rat teams hit both dwarves right away. It's
Right.
beautiful. Yeah, so there's not much else to say about my team. I lose a lot, but I'm not the worst. Though I really think that this season, there's a lot of really good coaches. I feel like with Kool-Aid out and everybody else in, and everything else, that there's a lot of good balance this season in REL 1.
Yeah.
But I'm happy with my team. I'm super pleased with my team. Like, I've always felt like I'm like behind on skills and I don't have the skills I need, and I finally feel like I have every skill I need.
Now you got
everything else is just kind of gravy.
Now you just got to worry about giving away a whole bunch of inducements because you got all those skills. But yeah.
Okay with that.
Yeah. So should we move on to the Knights who say need?
Stays. Who lost his crazy thrower.
Lost his crazy AG5 strong arm.
Strong arm.
2+ pass from anywhere on the pitch. Basically. Which, yeah, he's understandably salty about, but this team is still pretty well developed.
What we've talked about this before is he has a really well developed team, and this is a great Brett team. I mean, 2 Agi-ups, but then you realize that when he had Gelfried with the strong arm and the Agi-5, he could play just ridiculously balls to the wall. Like, he could play so crazy.
Yeah.
And now he can't.
Yeah, because as long as he had someone down towards the end zone and Gelfried with the ball. But he's still, I mean, like, Godfrey's not a bad thrower either. Wait, what did it say? That's dump off, right. But he's got agility.
He's got dump off, nerves of steel, and Agi-4. Stopping Godfrey is hard.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got a blood step diving tackle. He's got agility, tackle, guard, mighty blow, blocker. He's got a pylon pro blocker. He's got plenty. Yeah, he's got plenty of guard. He's got plenty of bench. He's got the dirty player. Probably picking up another dirty player once one of these other linemen skills up. Did he lose his? No, he still got the leader, so he got 3 rerolls as long as Carl stays on the pitch. And yeah, MSA's definitely figured out how to play Brett. And has been with his team for a while, so.
When is his last season with Brett's too?
Yeah, he definitely said he's re-rolling with Legendary comes out. We'll have to see.
He's going. I think he's re-rolling no matter what next season.
Maybe.
He's going Dark Elf or Miracle.
Right. But he says that now. Watch, he'll end up with 4 more Agi pluses on his team and change his mind. But yeah, so who's he facing first week? Men in Tights.
That's gonna be an interesting one. I think he can win that one if he can stop Mo.
Yeah, so we've got some very strong elves and some very elfy knights. So yeah, that should be an interesting match to watch. So let's go to our next team is Dwarves. So first time we've seen Dwarves in a while in Div 1. We didn't have any last season.
So this is Refrigerator Raiders who went guard mostly first, I think. I don't remember. Either way, both teams are very similar.
Yeah.
But I kind of have to look. But yeah, they both did really well. They were both like right on the contention spot for playoffs in their division.
Yeah, he's got Blodge on both of his runners, which is a pain in the ass. He's got a plus Agi Blitzer, so that the runners actually have somewhere to throw to, which is weird for dwarves. I don't know about that. I don't feel about that. He's got a very developed Troll Slayer here with the piling on tackle and stand firm, so we can get some surfs out of him without worrying about the counter surf. And Juggernaut on the other one, which is always good for to pair with Frenzy, not to mention just all the other times we've seen it come in useful. I think Lumi has proven to the rest of the league.
REL won, yeah. Juggernaut.
How useful Juggernaut is. Yeah, I think if Frost makes it to another skill, that's probably what it's going to take.
REL 1 has always been really guard anemic, and I feel like the addition of 2 dwarves. Last season, the addition of elves forced all the REL to get a bunch of tackle, which they didn't have. Now, this season, they've swapped it up for dwarves, which is going to force them to get a lot of guard. You know, it's just building a stronger REL, which was proved in the playoffs. So I welcome our new dwarf friends.
Ugh.
Nobody likes to play dwarves.
Yeah,
Nobody likes.
You don't have a dodgy team. Dwarves and lizard men. I don't like to play dwarves.
I'm cool with dwarves. I'm just excited that I don't have to injure either of them before they play everybody else.
Yeah, you just have to wait till they get even stronger and more dangerous.
I just hope that I get even stronger. Let's look at Treat Kundo. I'm not going to make the mistake. I backed Zwark last season. I had high hopes. I'm like, Zwark's going to do so well. He had like a strength and a agi, and
not a lot of elves on this team.
He did well, but he didn't do as well as I expected him to.
So Zwark was actually one of my mentees in the when I was in the rookie league. He said he had experience playing elves, but he wanted to learn how to play a bash team, so I helped him out with orcs. And you can see, obviously, he's done pretty well with elves, so he wasn't lying. So
1,300 TV. How much does he get? How many linemen does he have?
Yeah, a lot. He's got 7 players, so
he looks like the elf teams last season looked at the end of the season, which doesn't bode well.
Yeah, he's got cash to fill in some of this though. So he could pick up basically any positional here. Pick up a thrower. He could just fill out some linemen.
No idea.
He might be holding on to it just to in case the War Dancer goes down.
I don't think this bodes well for him, though. I mean, Quicks and Liam came in with healthy elf teams and were reduced to nothing. And if you're coming in with 7 dudes...
Who's he up against first? Let's take a look.
Bad Guys Inc.
Bad Guys Inc. is...
Trunks team. Humans.
Human team.
Who for sure, I think, are going to run over him.
He's going to get a lot of inducements, so even with, 4...
He's not going to get as many as you think. He's going to get 4.
280, so he's going to be at 1580 to...
Trunk and I were tied for inducements.
So he's going to get...
Trunk and I were tied for inducements before I bought an inducement.
290k in inducements. So it's not... That's pretty significant. He'd do a lot with that. And he's got 110 in the bank, so if he wants to add to that, he can. He can get some crazy start, you know, what else? He got some crazy star players, he can always get a Wizard. Just fill out some bench. I don't know, he's got options. The players he does have are decently well developed. He's got, you know, some scary War Dancers.
But not as scary as some.
Yeah.
I wish Bruce Treat was the strip ball.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you want the edgy guy to have it, but obviously I doubt it probably just didn't happen in that order. So it's one vanity pass away from picking up another skill, though.
Which one? The niggled one?
Bruce Treat, yeah.
Oh, niggled. Yeah, I don't know. Zork's a good coach, so I'm not going to say he's going to have a bad season, but it's kind of a rough div to go into with a 1300 Wood Elf team.
Yeah, he's going to have an uphill battle. He's going to have to do some rebuilding to try and fill out these some of these missing players and try and hold on to them. So, yeah, be interesting to watch. Last season was not... Div 1 was not kind of Wood Elves, but we'll see how he does, how they do this season.
Speaking of people you're not kind to, let's look at Nose Dice's team.
Right. Does he have anybody left?
Yeah, I mean, well, both Stormvermin are out this next game, but I think it's just missed next games.
Just missed next games.
So
taking a while to load. Let's take a look. Yeah, missed next game.
He's got the 2 strip ballers. He's got a diving tackle. I mean, it's just he had.
Since when I played him last season, he had just lost most of his developed players, and he had like just a couple. You know,
he lost his stat freaks.
Yeah.
And now he has a team that's all like normal skills, like no doubles. I think.
No, there's some mutations on the gutters.
Oh, no doubles.
Yeah.
That's kind of rare. And he's got no Stormvermin against Dwarves first round. Oh god, I hope it's a massacre. I hope it's a massacre, Mike. I hope that everything he loves is ruined, that he rages so hard that little baby tears go down his face. I hope so much, Mike. I mean, I'm unbiased, and it's going to go really well.
obviously very unbiased. No bias there whatsoever.
I mean, kudos to him for sticking around. His team got beat on. His 2-star players died in the same game.
Yeah.
That would have rage-induced me. And, I mean, he's, got those teenage hormones already, so... Yeah. I don't know. Filling Dwarfs first really is rough, especially with no Stormvermin. He's going to get with
nothing but gutter runners and linemen.
He's going to have 7 linemen, 4 of them who are loners, and then 4 gutter runners who Dwarves are just going to try and murder.
Yeah, what is he at? Let's see. Why is this taking so long to load? Okay, 1060 plus 200, so 12.
Yep. 1260 versus...
Against which dwarf team is he up against?
The Booze Cruise.
Okay, at least
1260 against 1490. So
230. It's not a huge amount of inducements.
And I don't think it's going to help all that much.
Yeah, considering what he's up against and what he has.
I hope it's a bad bloodbath. I mean,
No comment.
no comment. It's going to be a great season for Nose Dice. You want to look at Horny Cricket's team?
Sure. My game is, I don't know if it's my connection to the server or what, but it's just taking forever to load everything right now.
Horny Cricket's team has that really disgusting claw palm jump up werewolf with tackle.
Ew.
Block, mighty blow, piling on, tackle, jump up. And he replaced Fear My Fur, El Tres. So Fear My Fur 3? The third?
Yeah.
Right?
Presumably.
Fear My Fur the third, because the other one got busted up. So he's going to have to level him. The Flesh Golems are like models of Flesh Golem leveling.
Yeah.
Chrome is there, and Talcum 4 is coming after him. It's a good Necro team. This is like a solid Necro team.
Just the one tackle piece. But there's not that much dodgy stuff going on in REL 1 this season, so may not be a huge issue.
Hate My Hair is a freak beast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's Cricket.
Not as much as, the Gloom and Zoom werewolves, which we'll be looking at in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think REL 1 is happy to have Cricket back.
Yeah.
Get a good one. So yeah. I mean, I'm excited. Hate My Hair is so disgusting. He's like Weebay, but scarier.
Yeah, it's with Frenzy and Jump Up. Well, Weebay doesn't have Piling On.
He does not. Weebay has block, mighty blow, tackle, movement, claw.
Yeah.
Yep. Just scarier Weebay.
Yeah.
It's a great team.
A lot of guard on this team too.
Yeah, and that's what you want. It assists. He's got a lot of guard to assist for the surgical strikes by the werewolf.
Yeah, that's what you need to keep from getting frenzy traps. So, it's gonna be a rough season.
I'm excited. I have to play until the end. I'm excited. Welcome back to Div 1 Cricket. Now we got 2 Super Bowl champs in our division. Dos Champos.
So,
all right.
Look at the Booth Crews.
Booze Cruise, the dwarf team I think I like more. Yes, the one that spam guard first. And stand firm.
Guard, stand firm. Yeah, not as much mighty blow in this team as the other one.
That's because they started with guard first. But look at all the stand firm guard.
Down a Slayer.
Yeah, that happens.
And a runner.
That happens.
Yeah.
But look at all that guard stand firm. And they're playing Loomy first game, I think. No, they're playing Nose Dice. They're playing Nose Dice. What is Nose Dice going to do? You can't hit him. He's going to outguard you and he's not going anywhere.
Yeah. And
he still has...
Those guys are going to have 7 skill-less
line rats. And you say he doesn't have as much Mighty Blow, but he still has 5 Mighty Blow, and one of them's piling on.
2, 3. He does, yes.
Counting? Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
I really like that.
For some reason, I looked at it and didn't see all of them.
It sucks that his Agi movement busted runner, but still, leader, Agi, go for it.
Yeah. Basically,
This is a slow trucking team. You got a bunch of stand firm and guard, so you just slow truck your way up the field.
Yeah, this is the 2-1 grind incarnate. Basically.
The avatar of the 2-1 grind.
Yeah.
Really, I hate dwarf teams. I think dwarves are boring, but at least they're not chaos dwarves, and if you're going to build a dwarf team, this is probably one of the best built dwarf teams in the REBBL.
Yeah. Do you think... What about this armor busted Longbeard?
I
hold on to that.
I mean, it's still AV8. I mean, AV8's not bad, and he's got stand firm guard. Yeah. I keep him until Nat King Coors gets stand firm.
Yeah.
Because then you have I think what he wants is he wants to always have 4 guard stand firm corners to a cage.
That makes sense.
which he has with Christina Aguilera. So yeah, once he gets stand firm on Nat King cores, which is 3 SPP away, he fires Pilsner if he wants and hires a new one.
Yeah.
But I mean, he doesn't need to trim TV for anything. He's already lower TV.
Does he have? He's only got 10 players, so.
I mean, there's picking up a loner player for like a rat, and there's picking up a loner player for a dwarf, which is still a. Who cares?
Yeah, but it's 70. He's not at 1490. He's really at
50 something, which is a little bit better for nose guys because nose guys can pick up. I don't know how much does Glart cost or whatever the.
I have no idea. We'll find out, I guess.
We'll find out. I hope Motley does the number on it, but Motley, I think Refrigerator Raiders is a scarier dwarf team, but I think Motley and the Booze Crews are a more consistent dwarf team. I'm gonna look at their statistics and make sure. 19-8-6 versus 14-8-4. So yeah, they're very similar dwarf teams.
Yeah,
I feel like we're gonna get confused. All right, Bad Guys Inc. Because we've been doing this for like 3 hours, Mike.
Yeah, it's taking forever.
Well, I mean, it's not my fault.
Well, we gotta go through all the. I mean, it's a preview video. We gotta go through the whole thing. I'll put timestamps.
Right.
No one's gonna watch the whole thing.
Cheese will. Get in the way, Gary. Add you up on alignment. I guess whatever.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take some of the guard from Trunk the soonest I can, just for old time's sake. Tiny Bubbles got some traction. I mean, it's a good human team. Both human teams are looking really good.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the difference is, Sam, the Handsome Jack, Sam's team, is Freak Beast blitzers, and Trunk Heads is Freak Beast catchers.
Yeah. Yep. I got nothing to add.
And he's the second highest TV team in the league.
Oh yeah, so
he came up.
I'm surprised with all those players he doesn't have a dirty player on any of these linemen.
He came up with a 12-1-0 or something record in Div 3 and moved up to Div 1. He's a former Div 1 coach.
Right.
He's a bit of a chode. But I mean, I'm excited to have Trunk back so I can murder on his team. I think Trunk's gonna have a good time. I think he's gonna get right back into the flow of things. And honestly, I feel like this team is better than his old Div 1 team was before we removed all the guard pieces at the end of the season.
And then yeah, we got a big old influx of guard pieces for the new teams coming in. There wasn't that much guard last season in Div 1, so 5 on this team, just a crap ton on both of the dwarf teams.
Well, that's what I said. I mean,
yeah, it's gonna keep.
Elves last season forced us all to get tackle.
Yeah.
Which was great for playoffs. And then we've all been really guard anemic. Like Soul only has 1 guard. I only had like 2 guard for the longest time.
Yeah, I've got 2, including my Crocs. Yeah.
So now that there's a bunch of guard teams, it's going to force another paradigm shift in the REL 1. I'm super excited for it. And I think Trunk's team's going to do great.
I think I'm going to have trouble with it, because getting the Saurus developed to the point where they can take guard can be trouble.
Rough.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope that Trunk is ready to get back to some real competition, because he just kind of breezed through Div 3.
Nice.
And Gloom and Zoom. Final up is Fictions.
Oof.
Gloom and Zoom did more in the playoffs than I had any thought of.
I figured that, when we were doing the pre-playoff sort of preview vid, and we figured he was, we kind of figured he might lose the first round, but then we were thinking, what's going to be the most interesting game to watch? I said that's going to be the game to watch, because if he doesn't lose that first round, he could go very far and disrupt everything, and he went into the semifinals. So
yeah, he did really well, and he had a really rough run too. He didn't have an easy run up to the top.
No, we had a very close match. Most of the matches, I mean, he sort of. I
I only played Fiction once, and that was in the champ ladder, wherein he dodged a whiteout and it died.
Hmm.
And he's like, "Can I just stop this game?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude, it's fine." So that's the only time I played Fiction.
Yeah, I only played him in. Oh, I may have run into him in the champ ladder, but that I can recall. He knocked me out of the playoffs and killed one of my Thors.
It's just 2 strength werewolves. It's so strong.
And then one of them, and it's not even just the 2. These are the 3 basically, because he started last season with 2. One of whom had Mighty Blow. The one with Mighty Blow got fouled to death in week 3 or 4. Well, not fouled into retirement anyway. And then at the end of the season, the other strength 4 ended up with picking up Mighty Blow. And then after the first round of playoffs, the replacement werewolf, Quicker and Forebodinger, picked up strength 4. So, yeah, he's had a hell of a lot of luck with the skill ups on his werewolves.
And he's got a 14-man bench, 14-man team, so a 3-man bench, 3-man bench, 2 Freak Beast werewolves, 2 super developed flesh golems. Hindered Dejection was a pain in the ass in playoffs for everyone, and then he's got 2 developed whites. Like, what is his TV at? 1850? I feel like it should be higher.
Yeah, I mean it's high, but for what he's got, it's not bloated, and he plays he plays a focused removal game. He fouls a lot. He makes use of that dirty player a lot. He tries to get as many claw Mighty Blow hits in as he can. He'll pile on with that white as much as he can. His game is very much focused on take out enemy players early in the game, and then just control the pitch for the rest of it. And he has done very well with it. He got all the way to the semifinals in the playoffs with it. He had a fantastic season last season with it. So, yeah, definitely a team to watch. Definitely a team to watch out for those of us in Div 1. And yeah, I'm sort of dreading that rematch. What week am I actually playing in? Let's take a look.
All right. Well, I'm going to make predictions for Div 1. Lumi, back to playoffs.
Yeah, that's sort of a
Gloom and Zoom goes to playoffs in the top 4. Nose Dice Rage quits by week 8.
So I don't play Gloom and Zoom until week 12, so I've got some time for someone else to kill
Very
the
nice. I think the 4 of the season are going to be Gloom and Zoom, Pastry Pests, you, and then
I think I'm going to have a much rougher time this season than I did last season.
It's a much rougher season for Lizards. There's a lot more claw.
There's a lot more tackle, there's a lot more claw, there's a lot more guard. So the strength advantage of the Saurus is sort of canceled out to a bit against a lot of these teams. The tackle is going to be a problem. The claw is going to be a problem. Pharaoh does a lot of work for me, but he's going to die next game, which I always say, but I'm still convinced it's true. And other than that, I'm gonna have a rough time getting back there. I appreciate you putting me up there, but given the look at the competition this season, it's gonna be a rough season for me. I would say Pastry Pest has got a good shot at it, obviously, and my computer's frozen. What? Oh, is it crashing? No, it's back. Yay! Okay, Pastry Pest. I think the Jacks have got a good shot at it. Gloom and Zoom's got a good shot at it. And the 4th pick, I'm gonna go with Horny Cricket. I think the Necronomics got pretty well developed. They've got a lot of guard. I think guard is going to make a lot of difference this season. I think their team's returning from Div 1 last season are gonna struggle against all the guard coming into the division.
They will evolve.
Yeah, but it's a question of how long are they gonna take them to do it. Like
I feel this crop. I will say I feel this crop of
the incoming
up and comers has a better chance than the last crop.
There's more. Am I wrong, or are there more of them too?
Of course, there's more of them. We lost a ton of people.
Yeah.
There should be 7 new teams.
Yeah. So it's like fully half of the team of the division is incoming rather than returning. So.
Yeah, because of all the teams that came up last season, only Nose Dice has stayed.
Right.
And then we also lost Kool-Aid, and we also lost Golgothan. So, yep, that's Div 1. And before we finish out, Div 3 filled out, so we can go look at the last team.
Oh.
Before we finish.
Yeah, and see who's gonna play who.
Well, the schedule's not up, but...
What? How do you,
So,
oh, they need the admin to actually start?
Scholarly Gentlemen. Underdeveloped casting. This is a really newly developing casting.
Yeah, they were one of the teams, I think, last season that started without any spin matches and then kind of struggled to pick up skills during the season.
There's nothing interesting on this team.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a strength 5. There's
strength up. He's got a bunch of guard.
He's got 1 strength up, which you're going to want block, and that's cool.
Yeah.
Kant. Oh, yeah, they're all. Kant, who was a horrible philosopher. I would like to see him be the ball carrier, get Blodge, and then become the ball carrier, and then you just fire Freud. You Freudian slip him right out the door.
Mm-hmm.
Good guard, though. He's got a good development of guard.
Yeah.
I don't agree with guard first on Chaos Warrior.
That is a little weird. And this is the Elfie is held division too, right? So tackle's gonna be a problem.
It's just a lack of development.
Yeah. But that's so that's all the teams in Div 1 through 3. This video has entirely too long.
How long is it?
I don't know. I don't have it. Oh wait, it's recording. Jesus, it's been 3 hours.
Yeah, Mike. That's what I'm saying.
All right.
You ramble.
It's because like I had a beer and then I didn't get any dinner because I was gonna eat dinner after the video, but the video lasted so long that now I'm just drunk.
Anyways, can we end this recap?
Alright, it's done. We'll come back with the recap for week 1 after those games play. And,
after week 1.
Yeah, after week 1 has happened. Because that's usually when you do a recap, it's after the thing that you're recapping. And, yeah, thank you very much, and I'll see you on the pitch.